Greetings, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mumia Obsidian Ali. You know who I am. I need no introduction, right? And you're listening to the Grown Man Hour with my man Bernard Riley, heard weekdays right here on YouTube. What do you think about that? How about that? Now let's get back on with the show. Thank you.
What's up and what's going on, good people? What's going on? Hopefully the audio sounds okay. I'm doing another road game, so to speak, doing another road game. Shout out to everybody in the building, everybody that make it in bright and early, the early bird squad who come in and drop a comment and hopefully a like before we even get things started here. Appreciate each and every one of you. I'm trying to do my normal stuff where I come in and look up and realize I haven't even liked the video myself. So let me go ahead and lead by example and hit the like button myself. I see it's okay. I don't need that audio background. Okay, so I did hit the like button. We got 36 people watching. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button. That let people know that you're here. That lets people know that you're here. But shout out to those that made it in bright and early. Omega Dreads in the building. Omega Dreads Gaming Channel with the thumbs up. Spliff Spark saying you can't change the game changer. Because why you got game in your name and you ain't got no game? No. I don't know why I feel like that's where he was going with it. Shout out to Spliff Spark. He says not in this lifetime. Kaya Do says hello to the room. Clue in the building. Game Changer dropped a comment, as you can see right there. Paul G in the building. Shout out to you. I see Clue said something else, but I'm gonna save that one for last. Mr. Negative Man says, I agree. They openly admit they disrespect the men not in that category. Go ahead and die alone. We're gonna play a video of a chick who's a card carrying member of the sisterhood who literally about to be. She's gonna more or less explain that in so many words. That's more or less what the game is. It's a growing segment of them that Kevin Samuels get a dog by alone. They got their fist in the air like they standing strong, standing in it. They about that life. Sun is hot, Rod in the building. Pander King. Okay, we got a card carrying Pander Bear in here. Is that Gabe A? Game Changer. That look like Gabe? No, that ain't Gabe A. I thought that was Gabe A in that picture. Anyway, Stoic One in the building. Shout out to you once again. Shout out to everybody. And we're gonna right now pass it to Game Changer. Good morning. What's going on? Coming to us all the way from sunny California at 7 a.m. ish. So shout out to you, those of us on the East Coast. Appreciate the sacrifice of getting up early on a Saturday for us. What's up? What's going on?
Nothing much, man. And you said it. I appreciate your appreciation, because early on a Saturday is not something a Game Changer do. Unless grandma is dragging me fishing or something like that, I'm not messing with early on Saturdays. That's
unless grandmama is dragging you fishing.
Yeah, well, you wake up early to go fishing because that's when the fish bite. Like,
is that still a thing? I mean, you're 40. Your grandma still with you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah,
that's wonderful.
Yeah, she's still there, and
she still get you to take her fishing from time to time.
Yeah. She don't force me, but I spend time with grandma. So and she like going fishing. She like fishing, being going to church. So
yeah,
you make grandma happy, right?
Hey man, not to get all sappy, but that's beautiful, man. I lost my grandmother. Man, I forgot how long ago. It's funny because she was annoying as hell. She used to she used to get on my nerves because she would like call me at like the most oddest, inopportune times and tell me to bring her like an orange Sunkiss, the pop Sunkiss.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if they have those or everywhere, if they just local. I don't know. I don't drink them, but she would ask me to bring her one, and then okay, I'll stop doing what I'm doing. I go bring her a Sunkiss, and I would get there. She would already have some there, and I'm like,
she wants company.
Exactly, but at the time, I was like, damn, Granny, you trolling me right now. Like, you already got Sunkiss. You don't need nothing near. What you just got me bringing you stuff that's already here. But she just wanted to, she just wanted some company, and now to get all sappy. Now I'm a little sad. I used to get annoyed by it, but now I wish I could bring Granny a Sunkiss.
Bring her a Sunkiss, yeah.
Upset, yeah. So that's special, man. If you take your grandma fishing, that's special. That's special. Real talk.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Was she a pygmy? Okay, I'll answer.
You gotta explain that one.
Well, my grandma was a pygmy. She was a traditional woman that treated grandpa, no divorce, 6 kids, and raised them all. So when a woman is a pygmy to her husband, she's that traditional wife mother type. Everything else fall into place. You get those grandkids and great grandkids that want to spend time with you because you're the one who always got the kitchen going, every Christmas, Thanksgiving, and she's the one that's baking the pies and making the gumbo and stuff like that. So the kids they just want to do that. They just want to go fishing with her. So there's benefits to being pygmy, and you start to see it later in life.
No, she wasn't exactly that. She wasn't exactly that. She was it's funny. I said that before. Like, I used to go to her house, and I'm like, it's like she used to cook, but I guess once she got past a certain point, maybe with her kids out there, she was, those old people who like the kitchen is closed after a certain time in the day.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you're familiar with that term. That's what they say a lot. That's what my grandmother and my mom say that sometimes where like they would be cooked. It's like if she cooked if she started cooking at 4:30 and was done at 5:30, when everybody ate before 6, everything was put away. You didn't see it. And she got to the point where she only cooked just enough. Like, so I was like, so no, she wasn't that grandmother where it was just constantly baked goods on deck. It was, she smoked. Her house smelled like cigarettes. It was.
Oh no, my grandma smoked. Yeah, that's just. I think that's the time they did. Yeah.
The cigarette smoke just overtook the house. It was more cigarette smoke and less food smell in the house. So yeah. So but anyway, enough of that. Clue said something interesting that I did hear last night that you got a shout out, de facto shout out by Kevin Samuels last night. Now it wasn't the type of shout out that was probably gonna make people go run to your channel. It was just that he was saying something and he was like. He's like, yeah, that's a game changer. And then he was like, yes, he was like, shout out to Game Changer.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, yeah, it wasn't like a go sub to my boy Game Changer 00100. If it would have been something like that, then yeah, you probably would have got an extra 500 subs this morning. But no, it wasn't that type of deal. But it was an acknowledgement. It was an acknowledgement. So that was cool.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, a couple of people sent me an email on it, and I went looking for it. It's in an hour, 32-minute mark. I marked it down. So yeah, I'll probably do like a quick post on my community tab on that. But yeah, it was cool of him to do that. Because I know people say that he's not thinking about manosphere people and stuff like that. So at least he made that clear about himself. And you're right, it wasn't like a major thing to where everybody would come like Obsidian book type deal. Yeah.
But no, it was cool though. I mean, he did the same thing, for Lil Big Nate and a few other people. So it's he's throwing out there, and
he don't want to make his show a commercial. So I get it.
But before we get into the topic, got 100 people here. Make sure y'all hit the like button. I don't think I've heard your exact thoughts on the whole Dr. Dre divorce. No, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of somebody else's divorce. 300,000 a month. I think that's 3.6 per year. Provided that he don't kill her. I mean, she don't die of natural causes. If she lived the next 50 years and if she don't die, he could be looking at 3.6 times 50. Who knows how long she gonna live?
Right.
But what's your overall thoughts on that before we get going?
Yeah. So the West is starting to, well, they're not starting to, they have been for a long time, incentivize divorce.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, there is a cap on a woman's feminine value. There is. Kind of like there's a cap on how much money a person can make working for a particular company. Even if they climb the ladder to CEO, there's still a cap on that. On a particular job function. Like there's going to be the highest paid doctor out there. There is a cap on how much a person can make. There is a cap on the value that a wife and mother bring. However, there doesn't seem to be a cap, meaning that, if we go back to my grandmother is probably was a more effective wife and mother than Dr. Dre's wife. In fact, the fact that she stayed married, proves that. So she was more valuable than Dr. Dre's wife. However, in a divorce, she would have gotten paid significantly less. They're giving you like a severance package eternally, not based on the value that you brought to the relationship, but more they're giving you a severance package based on the value of the person that you married, which I don't agree with. I do think that it should be capped. And quite frankly, I think that it should be capped very low. Now, do they have a prenup?
Yep, and that's going to be a reoccurring theme. Shout out to Fantastic. He was saying I need to get back with the lead attorney if he ain't got too big for us yet. He closing in on 40,000 subs.
Oh yeah, shout out to the lead attorney.
Yeah, he closing in on 40,000 subs. I don't know if he still return. I'll see if he still return my emails or not. But it was already hinted that it need to be a debate between him and Ramil over whether or not prenups are garbage or toilet paper or whatever. It was Ramil and Fantastic.
Shouldn't it be a debate between the lead attorney and Dr. Dre? It seemed like that would be like the better debate on if prenups actually mean stuff. Or shouldn't it be like a debate between, the lead attorney and Chris Rock or the lead attorney and Janet Jackson's ex-husband? Like, shouldn't it be a debate between these people?
The lead attorney versus the judge in Dr. Dre's Dr. Dre's divorce.
Exactly.
But that's resurfacing. Fantastic was banging the drum. He up on his he did a little short live, but he was basically telling me I got to try to make that happen, and I will do. I will try to see if I can make that happen. I think Ramil would be good in that debate as well, because I got give lead attorney his credit. I mean his props. You kind of have to. I mean a 20-year divorce attorney for the last 20 years. You got to assume he know his stuff. So, and he made a case how you can get an ironclad prenup. He made a case.
So Dr. Dre had a bronze-clad prenup. It was made out of copper and tin. He had a bronze-clad prenup. That's what it is. That's what it is. And he's a billionaire. So if his is bronze, then mine is going to be aluminum. Like that's
Yours is going to be just like not even that. The paper towel prenup.
Wet paper towel prenup.
You're going to have a wet paper towel prenup.
Already ready to be used as toilet paper by the judge. Yeah.
But yeah, so that debate that need to resurface, because Zero did come up when I had the lead attorney on, and they had a decent conversation, but they didn't really go hard. But Zero, I think Zero said he pulled back because he didn't want to blow up the spot on my show. But anyway, so we'll see. But either Zero or Ramil, one of them gotta go toe to toe with the lead attorney on that one with
Mhm.
Dr. Dre's divorce in the backdrop. Or I bare minimum will do this. If the lead attorney don't want to do a collab or a debate with anybody, I'm just going to encourage him to give his breakdown of Dr. Dre's divorce. I'm shocked he hasn't done it already.
Mhm.
Let me check and see if he's done it already, because I mean, it only makes sense for him to do that. That's, in my eyes, that's what he's here for.
No, it doesn't make sense for him to do that. I mean,
Oh,
when you're a divorce attorney, you get paid by the number of divorces that are in your area, and the number of divorces is determined by the number of marriages. So you want to encourage people to get married and get divorced and get a prenup from him. Like that's your bread and butter. So it wouldn't be in your best interest to highlight the negatives of marriage.
yeah. So yeah, I'm looking at his page. He hasn't went live in over a day. So, and he normally do something once a day. Maybe he'll touch on that today. Who knows? But
Yeah,
I do want to hear his analysis. I do want to hear his analysis. Speaking of blowing up the spot, Pablo came over here, blew up the spot yesterday.
Yeah, I wasn't awake for that part. I kind of came in right after that. Well, when I came in, Pablo was talking in the chat room and Zero, so I could tell it was tension there. But
yeah. It got a little heated.
Blow up, yeah.
Pablo came in hot on T. He came in on 9 and went right to 10. He didn't start off slow yesterday. He just came right in. But all right, we got 150 people in the building. Thank you to everybody that's in here. Let's see. I got to. Oh yeah, okay. You sent me the link in the background. Sleepy says Bernard girl kicked him out the house. No, me and my woman don't live together. I'm at her house right now, so that's why I'm out here on a laptop and a Yeti mic. So no. Hold
on.
Is that me or you?
That's me. Hold on.
No, that's me.
Oh, that's you. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It really sounded like it was coming from my spot. Okay.
You got headsets on?
No.
Okay, sometimes headsets do that.
No, but I got these computer speakers, so maybe they just
okay.
Yeah, but okay, that was you.
Okay. All right, cool. All right. Shoot, I'm trying to Pablo said I'm getting my hobosexual on right now. Yeah. I ain't got no place to stay. I just came over here with a laptop, a Yeti mic, in a trash bag. And yeah, so that's what's going on. But to be streaming live from here every day now. Until I get back on my feet. She gonna hold me down. No, just playing. But all right, let's get this.
I bet I was typing in the chat.
What'd you say?
No, I was typing in the chat because Doug said, he doesn't encourage marriage, but I mean, you can't really encourage prenups without encouraging nups. Like you can't encourage prenuptials without encouraging nuptials. That's come on. Like, what is it a pre to?
Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, I've heard him encourage leaving the marriage if it's bad, if it's problematic. I've heard him encourage that. And keep in mind what he was saying. It was some advice that I understood, even though I am leaning more towards the idea. After talking to Ike and he was explaining why it's like a 1% divorce rate in Nigeria, he was basically saying they just stay together. He was like, yeah, so what? So what if she crazy? So what if he crazy? Both of y'all crazy. Y'all all crazy. They say, people say you're going to ruin the kids if you separate. He said, you're going to ruin the kids if you stay together. He said, you're going to ruin them if you separate. Stay together. So what if they see a little craziness? Oh, well, that he said that's just how they culturally are. They stick it out. And I understand that. I do understand that. Even though I hold on real quick, but I do understand the advice the lead attorney was saying when he was basically giving advice along the lines that I used to make this point that you get one life and you shouldn't just sit there and be miserable with somebody out of duty and honor. But there is something to that to for the sake of family. So I don't know.
Okay, I get what you're saying, but it's two different agendas going into play here, because Ike's advice was for the family.
Mm-hmm.
You know, lead attorney's advice was for the individual. You should for yourself, you know, is what you were saying. You know, I'm paraphrasing, but that's what you were saying when you were quoting the lead attorney. Like, you know, you should, you know, you have one life to live. Do this because this is in your best interest. And that's something that CR and I were talking about a moment ago, or about a week ago, you know, because she said that, you know, now that she's divorced, she's a divorced woman, or a divorcing woman, either or, take your pick. You know, she says that it is a success, that being married and having a divorce is a success. And that is because, you know, both parties are working separately for the benefit of the kid, but it's still not in the best interest of the kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it was in her best interest to do so, because she initiated the breakup. So yeah, people are working, and we're about to cover this young lady, you know, but people are working in the best interest of themselves, not the family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then the argument that's staring us in the face, the lead attorney, a divorce attorney, he has every financial incentive to tell people that, hey, if you're not happy, leave. You know,
exactly. Once again, you have to tell people to get married and then tell them to get divorced. Like, you got to tell them, like, okay, it's completely safe. You know, like, a prenup is made out of that stuff that Tank Armors is made out of, that it's made out of that stuff that Bomb Shelters is made of. Don't worry, you're completely safe to get married. And after you do, if you're annoyed, then get divorced. Essentially, he's a divorce salesman. Like
a divorce salesman.
Yeah, you know, like a vacuum cleaner salesman. Like, you know,
he's going door to door like he's selling a Kirby vacuum, trying to encourage people to get a divorce.
Exactly. Just knock on the door like, you know, hey, are you completely happy? I'm sure that there's a bigger penis out there for you, and you just haven't found it yet because you're married. Here, take my card. Like, that's...
Oh man, shout out to the lead attorney. And I told you this off the air. I like the lead attorney. I love what he do. I think he's very valuable, because we can sit here and just talk junk about, you know, Dr. Dre's situation or that situation. When he gives a legal breakdown of a lot of the stuff that we like to talk about, it's solid gold. That's you know, I'm all ears. So I love, you know, his channel is one of my favorite channels, you know, when he's giving a legal breakdown of, you know, of various issues, rather we talking Charlamagne the God, Bill Cosby, now Dr. Dre, now this, now that, because sometimes we could just sound like just a bunch of Negroes talking ish, as they say. I hate that, but it's a bunch of Negroes talking ish. And I like that, you know, we step back and we'll give a legal breakdown of it. So in that sense, you know, definitely love what he do. But some people be, you know, calling him out on some advice, saying that's a little self-serving, Mr. Divorce Attorney. You're encouraging marriage and encouraging divorce at the same time. That's keep the money in your pocket. but
has he ever had either?
What'd you say?
Has he ever had either? I
don't know about his personal life. I don't care. I don't care. I respect.
No, I agree. It shouldn't. Yeah. It shouldn't be. No, I'm curious because I would like to hear. Actually, so that would be getting to the personal life. Like, you know, how, like, did he get this amazing settlement if there was a divorce? Like, you know, did he just say, you know, oh, in addition to that, she has to work at Taco Bell, you know, to pay me, and I still get to hit it because I am that attorney.
No, it would be funny if somebody asked the lead attorney, well, are you married? And he said, hell no, I ain't getting married with these laws.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah.
Like, is y'all crazy?
Yeah, who would do that?
That would be funny as hell.
I'm not going out like Dr. Dre.
Oh man, that would be so funny. No, he actually's done a stream talking about how the benefits of marriage, downsides, upsides, how it could be a good thing, and how some people shouldn't do it, and why some people should do it, and this or that. So he tries to be open. He puts it all out there. I'll just say that he puts it all out there. You could agree or disagree, and that's that. But all right, let's get into this video. You could
marry this chick,
huh?
No, I was just saying. Let's see who would marry this chick.
I think apparently a rich man. If after some of the stuff I heard her say, well, at least that's no, that was a joke. Okay. Well, I'm saying that's the only thing she'll accept. Put it like that.
True, that's the only thing she would marry. Yeah.
DeMac the trucker in the building says Bernard looks like he's in the Roommates podcast studio. Salute, brothers. Shout out to DeMac the trucker. Appreciate the super chat. Where's it at? Where is it at? Shout out to you.
That does not look like the Roommate studio. I'm be honest, Bernard. It does look like you was locked up.
It looked like I was locked up.
Like you're broadcasting live from prison. Like you just got yourself a little corner in the cell block and you decided to broadcast. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. That's fine. I just found a wall.
That's what it is. It looks like I don't know. I just picture. I've never been inside, but I picture prison gray.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It's some bunk beds right there to the left of me.
Yeah, exactly.
But all right, give us a breakdown, or not a breakdown, but just I guess set it up for us. What we about to see here and what this is about.
Dang. So yeah, this woman here, who she's 2021 sexy. In 2021, all you need to be is in shape to be in the top 20 percentile of women, or Black women. And I think she's either Black or exotical, which means that you can put yourself in the Black category at any time, as long as you have a little bit of it in it. So in you. However, she probably wouldn't be attractive if all women, or if the majority of women were maximizing their beauty, meaning that if all the women that are fat, were to slim down, in that population would be hotter chicks. If in a population where all women have bodies like hers, she probably wouldn't compete very well, because people would start to look at other factors, and then you really start to get into details. You start looking at her eyebrows, you start looking at her nose, you start looking at her ears, and you compare hers to, say, the women of Colombia or Brazil or something like that. And like, this is a big-eared bitch. But, but she's in London, and you kind of look at her and say, okay, she's exotic, she has a nice body, and she has hair, and she has all of her teeth. So she's a dime in London.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned her ears. Is that like a thing?
It's not a thing. Okay. It's not a thing for me.
Okay, I'll just check.
But I live in America. See, here's the thing. Most brothers like myself, don't really sit and choose and say, which in shape woman am I going to fuck today?
Mm-hmm.
We don't have it like that. So if we did, then we would be forced to look at things like the ears and the nose. Now hers is particularly, it pops out a little bit more. These are features you can see in her more, but you really don't care because her body, we tend to just stop at the body. We're happy, we're content with having a nice, decent body here.
Are you basing that? Have you looked at other videos? Are you basing that she got a decent body just off the mere fact that you can see collarbones? Is that what's going on?
Yeah. Not fat means decent body. The general bar of Westerners have lowered. But no, I have looked at other videos, and she has nice tits.
Okay. All right. So we about to get into. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm eating a keto bagel. That's the thing. I don't know what they make it with, but it's like one carb in it.
Don't eat that. I don't eat it. When I'm on keto and they have those brownies and stuff, and you look at the packet, it has too much sugar.
No, I said bagel.
Oh, okay.
No, I wouldn't do the sugar.
Okay.
I'm not doing sugar.
They put the word keto on stuff, and then you read it, and it does have like 35 grams or something like that.
It's like a little formula. If it says like, I don't know, 1 net carb or 2 net carbs, because you got to look at the percentage or the grams minus the percentage divided by pi, and that's how you come up with the net carbs or something like that. So I've lost 10 pounds recently cutting back. So I'm trying to stay on it. I'll be always on and off of eating right, but I've been on it pretty good for like 2 weeks now. So
hey, if you're gonna do keto, do keto. Don't on and off it, Like I got the strips. You got it. So I got the strips and I got the breath thing, and I used to breathe in it every day. I ended keto like June 15th. But yeah, because the thing is that you go into shock, and I don't want to be in and out of headache and stuff like that. So
yeah. But before we get into this video, shout out to Snuggles real quick. She says, "Game changer. I heard you got a shout out last night on Kevin Samuel's stream. So I want you to be careful now. You might be on the chopping block." Shout out to Snuggles. Appreciate you coming on through with the super chat.
Oh, my bad. You gotta
I'm Snuggles.
That's it. Shout out to Snuggles. But what were you about to say?
Nah, she said that like I'm not always on the chopping block.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much I am the block. Like, yeah.
The block. All right.
The block, yeah.
But all right, we about to roll this video and give commentary on what's being said here. Tell me when to stop and not stop and all of that good stuff.
Okay, I got you.
All right.
To my channel. So today's video is some inspiration for you. So receive it, take it and receive it. And I'm doing this video because you guys are giving up on yourselves, and I am not going to sit around and watch my girls giving up on themselves because you're not seeing the results when you want to see them. I'm just not going to allow that to happen. So I have this video for you guys, and I hope that it helps you if you are feeling undeserving or feeling like giving up right now. So
okay, stop right there.
I watched an interview.
Oh shit. Okay, there we go.
Okay, stop if you are feeling undeserving. Like, don't stop if you are feeling undeserving. Like, it's funny how, because we had this conversation yesterday, how brothers was saying, if you are not getting the results that you want, it's because you're undeserving and you should stay in your lane. That's the advice that we give each other. Her advice is vastly different. It's like, listen, even if you feel you should drive in your own lane, you shouldn't stop. You should just drive in the lane that you want to drive in, regardless of your speed. You see where I'm going with this? Like, women are encouraging each other to reach for the stars, and we're encouraging each other to grab dirt. Like, while they're reaching for the stars, we're digging holes. That's all.
Interesting. Which means nobody's going to be dealing with each other when you look at that.
Exactly.
The guy who's a 4 or 3 says stay in your lane. Okay, I'm only going to mess with a 3 or a 4, but the woman that's a 3 or a 4, she's reaching up to 7s and 8s and or a certain income that a guy got to have. So yeah, so that just basically will ultimately lead to nobody dealing with each other seriously. Snuggles back in the building with another super chat. She says, "I want you all to do a review on Dr. Sebi, if you don't mind. It will be a stream about eating healthy and what is natural to your body. If I do a show on that, it will be with Ramil Amir. So I was plotting on contacting Ramil on something like that because I know he talk a lot about eating healthy and whatnot. He has a very unique thing how he say other cultures have essentially their own diet, so to speak. They crafted and constructed their own diet, but Black people just still eating the diet that was thrown to them, still eating the soul food, the pork. Some Negroes still eat chitlins. I don't understand it, but it's basically like another man gave you a diet and you just going with it instead of figuring out because I mean, all people are different. You know, it'd be medical malpractice if doctors didn't take into account somebody's race before they operated on them and worked on them. So yes, our bodies do respond differently to different things and blah, blah, blah. So yes, we should be trying to figure out what does our bodies best respond to, you know, and so that's an interesting concept. Something I've never thought about it like that. I just assume different cultures probably just eat different things just because it sort of just organically happened that way. Or it could be a more calculated thing, like they know over time what's best for them, or what they can handle, what they can take, what they can eat and not have diabetes at the rate that we have. So I don't know, but so that it's an interesting concept. So if I do a show on that, it probably will be with Ramil. I'll probably reach out to Ramil on something like that at some point. But shout out to Snuggles, appreciate you coming through with another super chat.
Hi, I'm Snuggle. Snuggly softness. That's really less expensive.
All right, getting back into it.
Many times, and it's of Will Smith. He is speaking about the fact that he is not afraid to die on a treadmill, and he mentions that there's no other alternatives. He is going to go hard on that treadmill or he's going to die. Like there's no other option, and that they are coming. And
look at this girl. No, really look at her. She's gorgeous, right? I'm sure you see girls.
I hate this chick.
I do too.
That interview resonated with me so deep that it's never left me. It's really just stayed here with me. So the point that I'm making is that I use that philosophy in my own life, and let's relate this to dating. So for me, I'm speaking personally right now. For me, there is no other alternative for dating a high caliber man and having a fabulous dating experience than I'm just gonna die. And I'm not going to die anytime soon. So it's that or it's nothing.
Okay, stop right there.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate her. I really do. Because she's saying what a lot of women are thinking. When they say I can't find a good man, and the reason why I'm single is because I can't find a good man, what they're saying essentially is that I have made an oath to myself that if I do not date anybody, or if I'm not dating a high caliber man, which is probably her way of saying, it's English for high value man or what have you. If I don't date a man of means, then I will die alone. A lot of women have taken this pledge, but when you put them behind the screen on the camera or what have you, they try to church it up and saying, there are no good men out there because they're in jail or something like that. As if they were free, they would date them. If they were free and not high caliber, they still wouldn't date them. These are the women that only date like the top 3% of men financially. And 97% of women are looking for these guys, and they've taken this pledge. And when they die alone, which is inevitable, that many women cannot really get with permanently that small of a group of men. And when they wind up single indefinitely, they blame the system, but they blame Black men. Now, that's probably not her case because she's not American and she's not, she might not be entirely Black. So that's not really her case, but that is what a lot of Black women are doing. Black American women are doing.
Mm-hmm. Sorry if the chewing was a bit loud. I didn't realize y'all could hear me chewing. But moderators, we got 261 people in here. Make sure y'all dropping the link to Game Changer's channel. If you're not subscribed to Game Changer, make sure you go ahead and do that. Moderators, I'll be waiting on y'all to drop the link to Game Changer channel. But yeah, and this speaks to something that we kind of know. That, I mean, what we think is more prevalent in America, but it's kind of universal across the board, that the mentality that a lot of women have. And keep in mind, let's make one thing very clear. A woman there's nothing wrong with her trying to get the best deal she possibly could. It's nothing wrong with women in general looking to get the best deal that they possibly can. But she's talking about it. It is funny because she referenced Will Smith, who people who know Will Smith, he's when he's focused on his workout, he goes hard. He goes hard. That whole die on the treadmill thing, meaning that you're not going to get off. You're going to keep going no matter how tired you are. You're going to power through it. You're just going to keep going until your body collapse and you fall. And then the treadmill rolls you to the floor, and then you're just gonna lay there and potentially die. That's how hard you're going at it. She's saying, I get out there talking about some free Will Smith. Will Smith is quite free, in my opinion. But she's talking about doing that's how hard she's going when it comes to a high caliber man. It's a reoccurring flashpoint on Kevin Samuels' show that he shouted you out last night. But there's a reoccurring flashpoint on Kevin Samuels' show.
The only men she recognized as men really is high caliber men. Is essentially what she's saying. And I get it, especially for the few. Do I believe that she is the top 3% of females?
Exactly. That's where I was headed.
Yeah. Likely not, but I've never been to London. She's likely not the top 3% of females in London. But if she is, and that's her going rate, then I say go for it and good luck with it. But what this mentality, if broadcast, and she is broadcasting it, she's broadcasting it to women, most of whom, the overwhelming majority of whom, are not the top 3% of women. Now, what does this mean? It means that she's encouraging this mentality amongst them, and that average women, like a male 4 will no longer be able to get with a female 5. Like you said earlier, these female 5s will demand 9s. And they will die on a sword, so to speak, before they actually get with the guy on their own level. While a man, and this is where the low self-esteem that I was talking about yesterday comes into play, is determining his level by the women that get with him. So even if he's a 5 and he tries to get out of 5 and she says, no, I'm waiting for that 9, he's going to determine his level by his rejection of that 5, and he's going to go down to 4, 3, 2, and then he's like, oh, I'm a 2. And that's what's going on. And that's what this whole stay in your lane is. It's the byproduct of this thinking. And what's essentially happening, and this is very weird and it's kind of funny, is that the women are determining the woman's value, ranking, whatever you want to call it, and the women are determining the men's ranking, value, or whatever you want to call it. I would love to hear more men speak like this. Like, listen, I'm going to draw the line. I'm not going to deal with a fat chick. And I would sooner die on my sword or die on my penis before I, deal with a big chick. But what I do hear is, oh, no, she thick. That's church pussy or whatever you want to call it. That's basically your way of saying that, I'll take anything that I can get.
Wait, stop the show for a second. Church pussy. No, that was funny because when Platinum was on my show, he had showed a picture of a chick that was that was overweight. You know, the waist was still proportioned in some, but it was still overall. She was too damn big. There's no other way around it. Like when I say she's overweight, I'm being nice. She was fat as hell. Like this was a big old chick. Like I if she was tall, like I'm not even gonna guess a weight, but she was big as hell.
Mm-hmm.
And Platinum said, "That's church pussy." And you said it just perfect. Putting church in front of it does not make it any different. It's still the same thing.
Yeah.
It's so then that just killed me. I was like, what is he talking about? You know, just say you could just say that's what's available to you.
Yes.
You could just say, hey, I would hit that. Is what it is. You know, that's not my first preference, but I'll take it. Like if that's the truth and that's what it is, then just say that. You even had a dude come on your show and say, y'all be talking about how they look, how the body look, or know how they they weight, they size, this or that, the smallness of their waist, or this or that, the hips, the ass, titties, and all of that. But man, y'all never talk about just the texture of the pussy, like, and what it feel like. And I was like, I was sitting there listening, like, huh? He was like, yeah, it's all about how I feel. It ain't about how they look. If it that feel good. Cause I done messed with a lot of fat chicks, and man, it felt that pussy felt good. I was like, man. And then when the conversation got going, dude said that he didn't mess with chicks. He had to lift up the stomach to get to it. Like dudes are browbeaten down to where they're justifying lifting up bellies to get to the pussy. Like
yeah, I mean, because don't it take like a device? Like, don't it take like a wedge or like a crane or something? Because you only have two hands and you got to lift the belly and you got to spread the thighs, and like you need like rubber bands and stuff. Not like regular rubber bands that they put around newspaper. I'm talking about like big rubber bands and harness and stuff like that, like bungee cable. That's what you need. You need bungee cable and stuff. I don't know how fat people do it, like how fat women actually, how you actually get the penis in there, to be perfectly honest with you. But the fact that you're doing that is not good unless you're big yourself. If you're not, then you are dating down, and that's something they refuse to do, and that's something that we insist on doing. And as long as that's the case, you're always going to lose. You know, it's kind of like walking into a car dealership saying to the dealer, I am not leaving this until I buy a car. It's like, goddamn. And then they give you like the most busted, beat up car there is. And, and then you just say, oh, that's church engine, or something like that. Like, you just call it something nice, like, but y'all don't know the feeling of being behind the wheel. Like, yes, I do, but not behind the wheel of a crappy car that I overpaid for.
And the funny thing is, them be the same dudes. And I hate when people say them. Those be the same guys that say this or the same guys that say this. I only say that when it's somebody who I literally heard the same person make the same contradictory argument or eyebrow raising argument. So when I say that, I'm not just generalizing. No, I'm literally talking about the same individuals. I've heard them also say after justifying that one thing, after justifying, reaching on to the bottom shelf to get their woman, get women, I've also heard them say, man, I don't know what's wrong with y'all. I ain't gotta pay for it. I'm like, okay, yeah, the bums who eat out the trash don't gotta pay for it either. So
yeah. Exactly. Anyway. I get free chitlins is essentially what they're saying.
Yeah.
Somebody takes the best part of a pig and throw you the scrap. Like, I didn't have to pay for this. You had to buy that bacon, that pork chop, that the I don't eat pork, but the decent parts of the pig you had to pay for.
I just recently, I quit eating pork too, along with the keto. No carbs, no sugar. I cut pork out too.
Oh, so you're doing what I was doing?
Yeah. This the no pork. Yeah, I think I may have did it before because I've done some just chicken and fish type of deals, but But I mean, I still have my beef, but I'm just off the pork though. But anyway.
But imagine somebody coming to you and saying, oh, you haven't lived until you pork broke, you swine broke. Like, well, yeah, because I eat beef, I eat chicken, I eat fish. I'm not like actually protein broke. It's just that there's certain things that I will not eat. It's funny because they're encouraged to have standards. Once again, this is an example of them encouraging each other to have standards and us discouraging each other to have standards. You mentioned standards as a black man, and another black man will say, oh, what the hell is wrong with you? You have standards, nigga? You have standards? It's weird.
Put one in the chat if you still eat chitlins, so I can see who I need to block. But all right, let's get back into it. Well, hold on. Lord Commander in the building, he says they practice what I call monogamous polygamy. Each woman gets him for 2-3 years, so these women are waiting their turn or just being a side chick.
Okay, and then he dies. Like, I get that would work, but even then, you're still talking about 3% of men, and many of whom didn't spend their whole life like that. They didn't spend their whole adulthood like that. They probably, became high value, let's just say 35 plus. And, but they even with that, they don't have enough 2-3 years to spread to all the ladies.
Fantastic. It don't matter what they're called. They taste like shit. And they literally carry shit. They're like the shit we eat in like shit pipelines. Like that's the I don't know how people still do that.
I don't either.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that orange bucket in a while. So I will say, maybe black people are getting better, but I haven't seen those. No, it was red. It was like a reddish orange bucket. And I haven't seen that in forever.
Yeah, man. It's we don't gotta live like that no more. Yeah, we don't have to live. We don't have to live like that no more. But all right, getting back into the video.
It's not going to happen. I'm done. I'm over. And I'm not done and I'm not over. So it's only that option. And this is the mentality that you guys must have. I look like a lunatic doing all this stuff, but that's the mentality that you must have when you want to make a huge change to your life. So if you are going out there and you look absolutely fantastic, you're dressed for the places that you're going to, you look amazing and you're full of confidence, and then you're just not being approached, and it's been 6 months to a year now, and you're just like, oh, I'm doing everything I can and it's not happening, then
Did she talk about 6 months to a year without being approached?
Yeah. Once again, you got to understand, they don't consider us men. If you or I approach her, and I don't know what she considered high value. If she considers $100,000 high value, then, maybe. If she considers 100,000 pounds high value, then she don't really count, guys like, well, I'm not going to put myself out there, but she's getting rid of certain guys, let's just say that, so regular guys approach her. I'm sure that if a guy is willing to, F some of these fat chicks, they're willing to F her. I'm pretty sure that those guys are approaching. She don't even count that, meaning that she'll get approached maybe 50 times a year. And then at the end of the year, say nobody approached me because she's only counting the top 3%. What she's saying is only the top 3% didn't approach her in that period.
I literally know that that's true. I've seen that firsthand.
Mm-hmm.
I've talked to a woman about that, and she says she doesn't get approached. And then I, probed a little further, and I found out, you do get approached. You just don't necessarily like who's approaching you or how they approached. And in their mind, they literally say that's no approach. So they will say with a straight face, I haven't been approached in 5 years, meaning the exact type of guy that walked the right type of way, walked the right way, talked the right way, said the right thing the right way, and looked the right way, and blah, 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 blah. That guy hasn't approached me.
Exactly.
That's what they mean. It's like somewhere warped in their mind, like they can actually say that. Like if all I've had sex, put it like this, if all I've had sex with in 2 years is women that I wasn't all that attractive to, I'm not going to say I haven't had sex in 2 years. I'm saying I haven't had sex with somebody that I was really attracted to in 2 years. But in their mind, they could just literally say, hey, I haven't been approached in 2 years, haven't been approached in 5 years, haven't been approached in whatever amount of time. And Sun is Hot Rod just said that he sent a super chat that I missed. Sun is Hot Rod in the building with the $10 super chat. Shout out to you. Appreciate you.
What do we get for $10? Everything you want. Everything? Everything.
Even though that's technically not $10 because it's some other hieroglyphic.
Is that a euro thing? I think that's more than $10.
I have no idea. But thank you for the super chat, Sun is Hot Rod. Appreciate it. He says it's all good. Them saying they would rather die alone than settle for an average man until those lonely years kick in. But by that time, they have no choice but to die alone. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. And also, Red Sings the Blues in the building says, you're on vacation, Bernard, or your wife kicked you out. Oh, shit. Goddamn. Okay. You're on vacation, Bernard, or your wife kicked you out of the studio. I don't know why a lot of people think that I'm married. I think I must give off a lot of married man energy or something.
Well,
but
you were married, so you gained that energy and it didn't go away afterwards.
Yeah, people just be assuming I'm married. No, I'm not married, and no, I didn't get kicked out. Now, me having a different backdrop, it is woman related because I'm at my woman's house. We don't live together, so I'm at her house. So I got my Yeti mic and my whole little laptop webcam setup thing going on. This is how I stream when I do travel, and so, or if I'm over here, this is how the setup in the background looks. But no, didn't get kicked out. But shout out to Red Sings the Blues. Appreciate the super chat. Shout out to you. Shout out. See, everybody thought I was married.
Yeah.
I still give off. And see, when Fantastic was married, he didn't give off married man energy. I've been divorced 7 years. I still give off married man energy. Everybody think I'm married. But shout out to Red Sings the Blues once again. Let's get back to some more of this not so beautiful bean footage.
You guys must carry on and continue to be persistent and listen to what I'm saying here, because this has been me as well, wanting to give up at some points. But the thing with me is that I'm not going to give up. It's a high caliber man and an amazing dating experience. And
she's sitting there saying, I was going to give up. I was so close to giving up. Like she's talking like this is like some suicide helpline or something. Like
now Ahmet, fellas, listen at this. There are chicks out there who would get with you if you're above average earning guy. You know, if you're somewhere between average and whatever she feels is reasonable penis, she feels that she is giving up with you. You know, like if you have like a successful locksmithing business, let's say something like that, you know, she feels she's given up. She has given up by being with you. It's so messed up, the thinking that's going on here. You're a hardworking brother, you know, or you're even say you're an accountant. Say you're an accountant that's going up the corporate ladder of accounting. You know, she feels she's given up, and if she does, if she does get with you, she's constantly thinking like, I should be with this guy. I have given up, and this is the type of pussy I'm giving you. I'm giving you the, you know, secondary. I have given up on myself pussy. Every time she looks at you, she sees failure in herself. Like, yep, this is the penis I'm sucking. This is how low I have stooped. That is how she sees you. That's how she sees you, as a give up. That's twisted. But my bad, Bernard.
No. I'm with you. There's some funny stuff when you think about it. Well, it's not funny, but it is funny. That there's some guy who's happy in a relationship. You know, he's working hard, paying bills, but in the mind of his woman, she's like, I'm at wit's end. I just can't. I've given up on life. You're her giving up on life. Like that's messed up.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, you're a hard-working dude. You know, you got a garage, you got a car, you got a backyard, you barbecue on the weekends, you're good with the kids, and she's just walking around like, I've given up. Like, it's like, what? You know?
It's like, no, modern women, they'll call the dream that other women, you know, aspired or dreamed about that they wanted to have, you know, just want to be married to just a working man that cared about them, cared about the kids. They call that I gave up on life. That's what other women aspire to be. That's what they call falling short. I didn't achieve my goals. I gave up. I sold myself short. Simon Landreth in the building. He says, an elderly black woman got in my Uber last night from the hospital. She was crying in pain. Damn. Crying in pain, barely had money to buy McDonald's, lived in the hood by herself, and had no children to look after her. They'll learn. Now, that is messed up. That is messed up.
Now,
go ahead.
Jessica says, my bad. You didn't finish that one. My bad.
Oh, no, I'm good. Go ahead.
Okay. Jessica said, has she said how much she wants a man to make, or is this just an inference? On another video, which we will cover, she will say that she is an inspiring sugar baby that's looking for a sugar daddy. That's implicitly extraordinarily high earning, and that she has a age limit, meaning that most guys, Bernard's age and my age actually, don't make enough for her. Now, though she doesn't put a dollar amount, it's implicitly very high. And she is limiting herself just by age alone to a very minority part of the male population in London, because most people in London aren't over 45. Now, I did strongly suspect that she's related to Jessica X. I did have that suspicion, and you know, that comment there, that protective comment, did further that suspicion that she is of relation to Jessica X.
You're doing to Jessica right now what white people do to black people. They just assume that we all know each other and related.
Yeah, I do assume that all light-skinned British people in London are related to each other. I do.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's fair. They probably are.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Yeah, one thing you keep saying I do want to push a pause on when you say that someone like me or Bernard would not be eligible for her or this or that. I just want to make something very clear, because people like to misinterpret or misconstrue things. Misconstrue. Did I say that right?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever said that word ever.
It's a word. It exists, but I know. I don't think I'm saying it right. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to. I don't want people to misconstrue what's going on here. I just want to make it very clear. I don't give a shit, damn, or a fuck if this woman doesn't see any value in me. I just want to make that very clear. I attack ideas and not people. So I'm breaking down just the general ideas that a lot of modern women have when they're operating from the standpoint of like a get rich or die trying type of mentality when it comes to dating and then being on a platform. And I think, her videos do solid views. Yeah, somebody said misconstrue. Okay, good. Like I said, I attack ideas and not people. And the ideas, the bad ideas that get out there, the ideas that don't make sense, I will pick apart the bad ideas that people put out there into the ether. So that's more or less what this was about. I could care less. Nobody's butt hurt by some random chick in the UK's or wherever the hell she's from mating.
Oh yeah, no
mating standard. I just want to make that very clear, anticipating the people. Somebody's going to say something stupid.
No, it's not about that. The reason why I say Bernard and I is because I don't want to paint a picture, and this is what they try to do. If you're not in the top 3%, you're in the bottom 3%.
Okay.
So I'm saying that as guys who are not in the bottom 3%, she is not rejecting, because that's what they like to present. That, oh, you're dusty. It's like, nah, not being in the top 3% doesn't necessarily make you dusty. It in any category. That's like saying, if you aren't valedictorian, you failed. It's, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, gotcha.
It's like if you're not the top superstar athlete, if you're not LeBron James, you're a shit basketball player.
You don't know sports.
I don't know sports, but I know who's on the Sprite commercial. So I'm assuming he's like in the top.
Yeah, you was going to tell us about when LeBron James scored the touchdown in the bottom of the 9th, and we was going to have to block you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Hopefully you got what was wrong with that sentence that I just said. Anyway.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good. I was about to say, man, you really don't know sports, Jen.
Nah, I watch enough soccer to know what you're talking about.
I didn't say shit about soccer. All right. Super Duper in the building with a super chat. He said the successful locksmith and corporate accountant are the ones who are likely to get snatched up by non-black women. Give up on them. Ha! Shout out to Super Duper. Appreciate you. Damn it. Everything moves slower when I'm not slower, but I just don't got my clicks right. There we go. I got to get a mouse for the laptop because I'm used to operating with a mouse. I'm not used to operating with this little thing here. All right. And shout out to the new drug NO3. He says, good morning, all. Hit the like, subscribe. Society tells women have the highest standards, even if they are a 3 with 5 kids, different baby daddies, STIs, broke in fact. Shout out to you. Appreciate that. Also, shout out to... Nope, I think that's it. Thank you, everybody who support the stream. I don't see Game Changers link circulating through the chat. Come on, moderators. You're slipping on your pimping. Get on your job. I want to see Game Changers links in the chat. Make sure you get on that. Shout out to Black Wizard. Salute to you. Shout out. All right. Getting back to the not so beautiful bean footage. Now, hold on. One thing before we get back into it. You did make a point that, yeah, they looking at it, if you're not top 5%, then it's nothing. She's willing to die on the treadmill, like she said, and everything. But in real time, what ends up happening, a lot of those women, they stay out there in the market too long. While they're out there in the market, they're still engaging in casual sex. So when she say, 5 years haven't been on a date, or whatever, a date with the top 5% man. Yeah. Okay. 5 years now, I haven't been on a date with a top 5% man. Yeah. She's getting smashed by somebody who she doesn't want to be with, somebody who she's just looking at just for the physical to hold her over until she get the golden ticket guy. Mm-hmm. And then so what ultimately ends up happening is that, yeah, people who are hell-bent on not being in relationships ended up getting pregnant, and then now they're single moms, and now then it turns into a situation where, okay, you're, like we always say, they're gonna wind up 35 with 2 kids and diminishing returns on that whole thought process, and by then the kids are being ruined. And then we got another generation of baby's kids running out in society, and the whole system crumbles through bad ideas or mating choices, so to speak. That is something that doesn't. I appreciate the Manosphere. Shout out to Obsidian on this one. They do a good job of ultimately breaking that down. That the ideas of people in this free country, where they got life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, do what they want when they want, and fuck who they want and fuck who they don't, and then the outcomes of it happen, and then everybody look like they can't trace it right back to the source of decisions being made. And what we're looking at here, just like the chick on Fresh and Fit tried to say, that you guys are figuring out a way to smooth over misogyny. When we listen to stuff like this is what women do. This is their way of trying to smooth over the bad decisions that ultimately lead to them being single mothers and ruining kids. Ultimately.
Exactly. I want to point out, and I think a lot of people missed it, but I caught it because there should have been like a lot of laugh emojis when you said it. Thought process. That is a pun if I ever heard one. I think that it went over everyone's head and it should be addressed. Thought process. Like, think about the word for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's THOUGHT and then there's THOT process. Get it? Thought process. She's going through a thought process, a process of being a thought. Yeah. See.
Ping. All right.
Yeah, exactly. It's too funny to just let it go past. I no matter how much I have to explain it, it's still funny. She is going through a thought process, and exactly how you described it. She
it's a thought process and a thought process all at the same time.
Exactly. It was too. I couldn't let that, even through the whole thing. I could not let that pun pass. That was just too perfect. Yes, she's going through a thought process. And the thing is about women like this is, I don't want to hear the complaints later in life. That's what I don't want to hear. Now, maybe not her because she's not American, but a lot of these American chicks have this, pussy kamikaze mentality. They do. They like, it's either the best or nothing at all. And they take that mentality until they're, in a certain age, let's say 35. And then they say no good men, because she actually believed that she's not being hit on, and they project that to society. They blame society for them not finding a man, but they leave out the part that they only were looking at the top 5 to 3% of men. They leave that part out, that they spent their youth doing this crazy crap. And they say, I'd rather die alone. And then when they die alone, they bitch at society. But more particularly, they bitch at black men. So, yeah, just throwing that out there. You're on mute.
All right. Yeah, I'm rolling back on the rolling more of the not so beautiful bean footage.
Okay.
All of that goes with it, or it's nothing. It's death. So there is no other alternative. And that is the mentality that you actually have to have in all areas of your life to actually succeed. It's really about narrowing things down. So let's make up a game plan for you guys. So if things aren't working out, here are things that you can look at to tweak and change, and also carry on being persistent and consistent. So look at your hair.
She do got some Lord of the Rings elf type ears. I didn't even pay no attention.
Oh yeah, she's moving around the ears.
Yeah, she got some Legolas. I think that's his name. those type of ears. Yeah.
No. I don't talk sports. You don't talk Lord of the Rings. That's the deal.
No. I've seen all 6 of the Lord of the Rings movies.
Well, I've seen a Super Bowl,
And
but
that's different. But I understand. No, I like Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Rings. I forget characters' names. That's all. I forget all characters' names. I guarantee you can pull up my favorite movie. It's a good chance. Okay, I might know the main character name, but I probably forgot the secondary character's name.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm bad with names, but no, I know Lord of the Rings pretty well.
Okay.
Look at your makeup, look at your skin, look at your nails, look at your outfit choices, look at your grammar, look at your posture, look at your walking, look at your confidence, look at your mentality. Do you have the right?
Hold on, real quick, because I saw Soul Provider in there. I don't talk anime. That's what I don't do. That's where I was exposed as not knowing nothing about anime when I had Queen Q on. No, a little Attack on Titan, and that's about it. And a little Dragon Balls. That's about it. That's about it. But other than that, I knew nothing. I couldn't even pronounce the names of all the very, very obscure shows everybody was dropping and super chatting. But anyway, so yeah, my nerd pill credentials card, all of that, it got revoked. So I understand that. I don't talk anime. I don't talk. But anyway, back at it. They pulled my card. But all right.
Are you vibrating on a desperate level? So think about all of these different things that could be happening that maybe you might need to change, and tweak certain things, see if that works for you, see if that doesn't. And you must remember that it also may not be you. It may be the time that you're going out. Maybe try different times. It could just be the places that you're going.
Okay, stop right here, please. It may be the time that you're going out. It's not the time. It's the fact that you're not the top 3% of women, but you're looking for the top 3% of men.
But they got to go out at the right time, stand on one foot, rub their belly, and pat their head, and sing "Kumbaya" and click their heels together 3 times, and then the top earning guy is just going to appear. I think that's what she's saying.
Exactly. Maybe it's your posture. Like, what the hell? Like, I always say, look at the posture on that chick. Look at her posture. Like, oh man, I just want some of that posture. Like, what the? Wow, they are grasping. That's what they tell themselves. So, not to mention, they're going out looking for penis. Let's be clear. When you think that they're looking for peas, every time they go out is a penis quest. It's a high value penis quest. And they're saying, like, you know something? If I had bought my maxi pads at this time, that's when the high value penis would have been in the aisle with me. Like, it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
There's things where you are just at the wrong place at the wrong time, or luckily sometimes you're at the right place at the right time. So there are a number of things that it could be of why things have not worked out how you want yet, but sometimes it's just not meant to be yet. And if you carry on going and you keep placing yourselves in the right places and you keep looking right, then it's going to happen at some point, right? And
I agree with that. Right. I agree that a woman should look her best at all time.
Mm-hmm.
But she's really just trying to put out this Prince Charming mentality. Like, you know, it's going to happen at the right time. You know, listen, I'm pretty sure that, first of all, you probably did meet the right guy, but it wasn't his right time. Meaning that, you know, like Kanye West said, this week he's mopping floors, next week is the fries. Like, look, he's about 2 years away from being that dude, but you met him today. You didn't meet him 2 years later, but you don't want a 2-year relationship. You don't want to invest the 2 years. So yeah, there's that. Now, Bernard, here's a little nerd quiz. This could get you your card back, because you did say Dragon Balls, not Dragon Ball.
I'm not supposed to say balls.
Well,
Dragon Balls.
it's singular. The show, it's a singular name. It's Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball. Yeah. What's the new one? Like GT, not GT, but Super.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why, because there's 7 of them, but they just call it Dragon Ball. Anyway, if I was to say she looked like she's mixed with Ferengi, what does that mean?
Nope. I'm out.
Okay.
Can't get it back on that.
All right. The nerds know what I mean when I say she looked like she's mixed with Ferengi.
The only area where I get it back is like with movies. Like, for example, when I had Michael Varner on, we was talking about the Division 6 comic book. It was something, excuse me. It was something in there really obscure from Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade specifically, how when he was in the college, he was teaching in the college and all the girls was sitting up front and was kind of like, you know, Google eyeing them, like looking, I don't know what's the right word. I don't know, looking at them, you know, they were attracted to their professor, basically.
Okay.
It was, he put an image in the comic book. He did it kind of very, you know, obscure because the main character also taught at a university, and the women were sitting in the front row and they were looking at him like, you know, how, you know, college girls look at the professor when they got the hots for him. And I was like, hey, there goes, you know, I looked at that and instantly could tell it was an Indiana Jones reference, you know, stuff like that when it comes to movies, you know, sci-fi movies, or just, you know, Indiana Jones ain't sci-fi, even though I think the last one was, but that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah,
but yeah, but so yeah, stuff like that I can nerd out a little bit. I can nerd out about some Marvel. I can nerd, you know, stuff like that. But man, anime, no, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm out. So the Ferengi thing, what was that? What was that connected to? That was Dragon Balls related?
No, that's a Star Trek. Ferengi is like a really big eared species of alien. Yeah.
See, Star Trek is. I've tried to go back to the beginning and watch all the Star Treks because I didn't grow up on them for some reason, but I did try to go back and watch it, and it's just I couldn't get into it. So I'm trying to watch I don't know. One of these days, I'm gonna.
No, it's an acquired taste. I don't like everything nerd related, and I'm not deep into anime either. You know. But yeah, I'm so no. It's no major. You know, not having a nerd card is not the end of the world. End of the world, nerd. So yeah.
No, it's
all. Or Bernard. I gotta call you Bernard now. But
Bernard.
But listen, I'm not gonna shoot at her looks, because I would fuck her. Like, you know, if she was in my bed right now, you know, having been fucked already, I would go back after the show and do it again. So I'm not trying to be too hard on her looks. I'm just saying stuff like this to point out that she's not the top 3% of physically attractive women in London, unless London has an extraordinarily lower bar. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that her request doesn't necessarily meet her demands.
Yes, that's the exactly right point. Her request doesn't meet the demand. It's like a lot of these women, they match. They're the female equivalent of the guy that doesn't exist, that everybody charged the manosphere up with being, is guys who are, you know, who are not staying in their lane, put it like that. Rather, they take it all the way down to some guy who's facially a 3 and 5'4" with a pot belly and a receding hairline. They try to say that guy is holding out for an 8 or a 9. It's damn near the equivalent of that. Like, if she's literally holding out for a guy that makes, I don't know, 250,000 pounds a year, then yeah, she's the equivalent of that guy that they make up for us, that they say that the manosphere consist of. Somebody said something in the chat. He says you gotta wait till you 60 to get it, Bernard. The thing is, the subjects that they cover in Star Trek, I like it. Like, I like the science fiction concepts. Each show will have a good concept a lot of the times, and I'm like, that's interesting. It's just the execution is just it just puts you to sleep when you go back and watch the old ones. I don't know. I literally had a habit of just falling asleep on Star Trek whenever I tried to go back and watch it on Netflix. I like the Orville. That like
I did like the Orville, yeah.
The Orville that was.
Back. I don't know if it's gonna come back.
Yeah, their contract with Fox or something is suspended, and they had some kind of contract with Hulu, but I don't know what they're going to do. But the Orville was like damn near my favorite show for a little while because every show had a hella just extremely unique sci-fi concept, and I was like, oh man, that's good. But when I went back and watched some of the older Star Wars before I fell asleep on, I mean not Star Wars, Star Trek, before I fell asleep on it. It was like, they stole that one from Star Trek. They stole that one from Star Trek. And so, you know, it was almost like the Star Trek is like the Simpsons, you know, when the South Park did the episode called The Simpsons Did It, where it's like all those cartoons try to do something, but no matter what they do, the Simpsons already did it. So the Orville kind of got that problem. But somebody like me who haven't watched all of Star Trek, I can sit back and enjoy the Orville because it's like a funnier, more upbeat, modern tempo Star Trek, you know. So there's that. But Lord Commander in the building, he says high expectations prevent people from being happy. Social media has done our generation a disservice. Life is not worth living if it's not IG worthy. Shout out to you. Speaking of IG, I'm gonna quit promoting my IG until I start posting some show related content on it. But
you know something? You're the only person I'm subscribed to.
Wow, that just put a lot of pressure on me, man. I don't know.
Well, I don't IG, and then you said you did yours, so I did that, and I sent the message to somebody who I wanted on my show, and that's it. Like,
okay.
I don't have any followers or nothing. I'm not an IG person.
Yeah, no, you just I know, but if I'm your only follower, I just feel like I got so much pressure on me to perform. I gotta
you gotta keep me entertained. Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta put on a really good show on Instagram just for Game Changer.
Yeah,
I'm all he has right now. But no,
I would start subscribing to Manosphere people.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do too. I'm not following nobody. I'm gonna start following people in this space. But Big Mag the Fitcher, Mr. Potato Head in the building, says the reason they internalize the Cinderella story is that they identify with it. LOL, evil mom, evil sister, evil friends, evil world. Save me, Prince. The rags to riches story equals entitlement. Yeah, they are out here on their Pretty Woman type stuff. That's really what they own.
But I mean,
they waiting on Richard Gere.
But Cinderella was the hottest in the ball. Like, she wasn't the hottest on the block. Well, she was the hottest on the block, of course, but she wasn't just the hottest on the block. She was the hottest in the ball. The ball is where the hottest of the hot go to get at the prince. And she was the hottest of the hot of the hot. Like, let's be clear. That's why they locked her in the cellar, because they knew that once the prince seen her, it's all over for the less attractive sisters. If you're not the hottest in the ball, then listen, if you're at the ball, don't say if I don't leave with the prince, I'm not going to leave with anybody at all. Leave with a duke. Hell, even leave with a count. I can understand you not wanting to leave with a peasant or something like that, or the guy that's serving the thing, serving the guest. But, leave with a count, leave with a knight, leave not with a bishop, but, just leave with something. But don't say I'm only going to leave with a prince, because there's only one prince. And if you're not Cinderella, don't do that.
Mm-hmm. Right on. But thank you to Big Mag the Fitcher. And who was that that just super chatted before that?
Let me see. It might be gone from, I think. Lord Commander. Lord Commander.
Shout out to Lord Commander and Big Mag the Fitcher. Appreciate you guys coming through with the super chat. And definitely shout out to D-Rock Dan, who sent his customary traditional $5 cash app as he sends every day. And Lil Big Nate, I definitely got the message and will be obliging. So shout out to you. And he says, oh, that ain't nothing. Cut it out. That ain't nothing. But no. But yeah, let's get back into the get back into the not so beautiful bean footage, make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the like button.
Running and you just give up on yourself and you just stop doing it, you stop putting yourself out there in person or online or simultaneously, you know, doing both of them at the same time, you are now out of the running and there's no way it's going to happen. So you have chosen die instead of it's a high caliber man or nothing. You've chosen nothing, and that is a very, very self-destructive choice to make. And that is not the choice that is the right one, because later on in life, you are going to be in a relationship with somebody who is unable to fulfill your wants and needs, and you are going to be working your butt off.
We're talking serious income. And the way that they do that...
Don't need a real estate license?
Don't need a license.
Don't need credit?
I keep forgetting to get the ads to pay for the YouTube premium. I keep telling myself I'm going to do it.
I do it to support people. You know, they get money from my watching the 5 seconds, so I do that.
Well, I mean, if you're paying for YouTube premium, you are also contributing to a pot as well, because
isn't that just a YouTube pot? Like it just goes.
No, because if you look at your YouTube, if you look at your analytics, if you got, assuming you get ads played before your videos, it should say that YouTube ad premium. It's a breakdown where it says you get some of the YouTube premium money. Put it like that.
Okay,
it's like yeah, the money that comes from the ads, not the super chats, but the money that comes from the ads is in two different categories. It's for, you get paid money for the ads that were watched before you stream, and you get paid for it's a YouTube premium percentage too. So
okay,
so yeah, so the content creators get a piece of all of it, but that's why I hate when people like I'm not gonna name his name, but he always say just put up ad blocker, blah 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 blah. It's like you talking to people to get paid from ads, telling them to block ads on their stuff so nobody else can get paid from me watching YouTube. Like that's
exactly yeah,
that's goofy. That's goofy. But
when you come to my channel, watch the whole ad. Don't just click it out. Just watch the whole commercials. Do that for me.
They say that, I think they say it's somewhere in the contract that you're not supposed to tell people to do that. I think.
Oh, my bad.
I don't know. I heard another YouTuber say that you're not supposed to tell people to do that, but I've never read it. So you can plead ignorance in a court of law and you're fine. So
yeah.
All right. Shout out to number 16 in the building. He says, "You don't forget you are just cheap. Do not lie." You don't forget you are just cheap. Do not lie. I have no.
He's saying you don't forget that you to sign up for premium. You're just too cheap to sign up for premium.
Oh, okay. See, I've moved on from that.
Yeah,
I didn't even realize what he was talking about. No, I'm actually not. I'm actually known for signing up for shit and forgetting that I signed up for it. And I embarrassed to say this because this is not good financial practice. But I talked about this on the air before, that it was something that was hitting me for like $19.99 or $24.99 every month that I was not using. Something that I forgot to cancel, and they just I was supposed to cancel after 3 months, and I forgot, and they just got me for the rest of the year. They hit me for like 9 months before I realized it. So I was paying for some Adobe Photoshop something. I don't know what it was. I was paying for something that I wasn't using, that I didn't know that they was taking it out. So
no, like that. I gave great advice, to look at that. I look at it from time to time, but there's so much stuff because they have like every little purchase, like you purchased a pack of gum at Walmart, like
yeah, it is difficult. And if you swipe your card a lot, then you're gonna miss that you've been paying for Amazon Prime for $13.99 a month for the last 2 years. You're just gonna miss it because you make a $13 purchase at least once a day anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I had a whole nother phone line. AT&T gave me $700, like out of nowhere. I just got the check. I had a whole nother phone line for over a year for my cousin. I got him when he got out. Damn. When he got out of prison, I got him a phone.
You go, a sweater vest wearing nerd with all these ratchet ass stories. Now tell me about Tell me about J Rock Nuck Pookie the Third, your cousin, and while he was in prison. What do you do?
I'm not gonna say why. He served his time, but
just like a hood nigga. Like, hey, he paid his debt to society, so you know it's behind him now. You know
exactly. But I got him a phone, but his mom did too. I thought it was, you know, being a good cousin, you know, getting him a gift and, you know, getting them back, you know, in society rather, you know, getting him what he need to connect to people and stuff. But his mom did too. And I'm like, okay. So I took it back and I thought I told AT&T to cancel it. And I thought that they did, but they didn't really notice the difference in my bill. And yeah, so they was hitting me for quite some time. And then like, I don't know, I still didn't know. I didn't see, you know, I didn't really pay attention to it, but out of nowhere, they just gave me a check. It was over $700. So that was a hit.
You said they gave you a check or they gave you a bill?
No, they gave me a check. Like if it was a bill, I wouldn't have noticed it. They gave me a check out of nowhere for $700 and some change.
That's interesting that they would give you a check.
Yeah, they give a lot of people. Like, I mean, they didn't get as much, but they just kind of like went over their thing a couple of months ago, and they gave a lot of people. Like, I started hearing people who have AT&T saying that, you know, they got $30 here, $40 here because they, you know, like little fees and stuff. But mine just was higher. Like, I'd still be paying on it if it wasn't, you know, if they hadn't said something.
All right. There's Game Changers link in the chat. I'm bad at watching the chat, so I don't know if y'all have actually been posting it or not, but I just posted it. So copy and paste it and repost it and put some bells and whistles by it. And no kiss emojis. No kiss emojis unless you're a girl. We had that problem over here. We don't want to rehash that. But all right. Goddamn. All right, getting back into it. We always pause her at bad moments.
Yeah, like at bad angles that I'm pretty sure if she's watching, she like, why did they pause it there? It's not deliberate love. It just so happens.
You call chicks love a lot? That's like
I do.
A thing. That's like your little...
that's a me thing. That's not a local thing, I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, like maybe I picked it up locally, but I think that's just a me thing.
Yeah. Sound like you got some game changer. You calling them love. You know, that's what dudes with game do. They slip in little pet names like that to everybody, you know, hey sweetheart, you know, little stuff like that. But you know, love, that's calling them love. That's a little, you know, that's smooth. That's smooth. You know, you're doing. Yeah, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. As long as it's working for you. All right.
Working full time, and you won't even have time to enjoy life, won't have time to raise your own children if you decide to have a family. And you've got to think about that and the bigger picture. Do you want to raise your own children, or do you want to have to stick them in nursery from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. because you're out here working? What do you want? Okay, and you've got to think about that bigger picture. And
what she said right there wouldn't be a problem. Only way that's a problem if you think of the only way that could possibly get done is if you get with a top 5 or top 3% man, a working class man who makes money and paying bills, putting roof over the head, food on the table, running water, electricity. Yes, you can stay home. Even when I was married, I wasn't making that much money, especially early on in the marriage. There was times when she didn't work. And, you know, yeah, it was some sacrifice. But, you know, not having the kids in daycare, that's a sacrifice that was worth it. Now, there's times when she did go back to work, and she worked most of the marriage. I'm just talking about the times when she didn't work. There were, you know, when she did work, yes, things were a little more comfortable. You know, we had a little extra money. I think we were able to, you know, we managed to take a nice little trip somewhere, you know, or we, you know, the Christmas was a little nicer with a little more presents under the tree. You know, it was stuff like that when she did work year round that, yeah, it was a little more comfortable. But we weren't out on the street when she wasn't working. We just had to pinch and make some sacrifices.
Exactly. And that's what she means. She's going from one extreme to another. Like, you know, either you have, you know, enough to pay a secretary out your pocket, or I'm saying all the guys in between don't count. All the guys who tar roofs but make a lot of money doing that. You know, all the guys who you know, I don't know, who's those, what do you call those guys in the bucket? I know they get a lot of money. They're in a bucket and they put telephone wire and stuff up.
They wire and electrical.
Well, those guys.
I think those sounds like electricians to me, but somebody said linemen. No,
Yeah,
that's in football. No, that's football.
No, that's what they are. They linemen. No, linemen. I know, because we had a utility company across from where I work at, and my partner works in that industry.
Oh no, I think the socially acceptable vernacular for them is bucket niggas. I think that's what you shout out to Stove Provider. Bucket niggas. Okay. But anyway, what were you saying?
No, I'm saying they make money. They make more money than a lot of people, a lot of blue collar people is what I'm saying. And they can have housewives. You know, there are a lot of people who own their house painting businesses and stuff like that who can have housewives, and they do. But it's just that the housewife don't have red bottoms on. You know, is that, you know, she don't get to use the expensive diapers. She has to use Loves. But you don't have to eat generic cereal. You know, you could still be reasonably happy with these guys and not have to work.
Mm-hmm. Janet J says, the more Kevin talks about high value men, is the more women want them, and most will choose to be alone if they can't have them. Now
go for it.
What she's saying right there, and that sort of speaks to, you know, sometimes a content creator, especially a polarizing one, listening to him is sort of like a Rorschach test where different people hear different things. And I see the whole high value man thing like, yes, it matters. Yes, it's a major part of the show. Yes, those are his clients in terms of, you know, him being an image consultant. All of that. Yes, that's a part of it. But I've always said that was sort of the shiny object that drew people in, that lured people in. What's happening on his show the majority of the time is not how to get a high value man. It's just a conversation in the middle about the reality of Black relationships or relationships in general. The high value man was just the shiny object that lured you in. And so when she say the more he talks about it, when I listen to his show, a lot of the times he's not talking about it. He's not talking about it. Or even when the woman comes in, even if she, you know, starts stating the type of man that she wants, the majority of the conversation is talking her down from that ledge and having a real conversation in reality about what she actually qualifies for and what she should be looking for and how she should be trying to improve this or that about herself just to get, you know, an above average man, you know, or would he say a man with higher value, or I forgot exactly. He said
Henry. He said Henry.
Well, not even necessarily that, but you know, because Henry, that's high earning, not rich yet. You know, I forgot how he words, but typically he's just talking about relationships in the middle. Most women are in the middle. Most women are sixes. Most women, if you're a six, the most that you're probably going to end up with, you know, is a guy in that 75, 80 range, or at the low end in that 60,000 range. And he's basically explaining that's the reality of what you actually qualify for. So the conversation that's really being had on his show, and again, that's probably why it's a Rorschach test. The conversation that's really being had on his show is explaining to women like this how delusional they are, and bringing them down to the reality of what they actually qualify for out on the market. That's really what's happening on the show, just weeding out all the delusion in the women. But when he first started doing the show, when it first started to take off, a lot of the get the bag women were showing up, and they wasn't feeling the real part of the conversation. Their thing was more so, no, give me game on how to get a rich nigga. That's what they was on, but he wouldn't give them that. He gave them something else. But looking at that comment, I see some women still not seeing what's actually happening. They're seeing what they want to see happening, and what they want to see in here is how do they get that high value man. Now he do circle back to it and giving advice on how to get a high value man, but really he's giving them ultimately advice on how they're supposed to be treating that man that's on their level, and he's giving them an accurate appraisal of what their level is and giving them an accurate depiction of what that man looks like that's on your level. So I can't exactly, to some degree you can blame Kevin Samuelson. The more he talks about a high value man, the more women want them, and most will choose to be alone if they can't have one. To some degree, you could probably charge him up on that. But at the same time, women who thinking like that, if they're going to blame Kevin Samuels, I'm like, are they really even listening? Because they can't possibly be listening if they're coming to that conclusion. Because that's more so what out of the She-Ra 7 is more or less talking about is high, not even high value. Just find you a mark, find you somebody that you could target and just get the bag off of. It's a different conversation going on Kevin Samuels' show, but some women, I should say, only look at it as more or less in the way that she described it right there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think they don't hear the other stuff Kevin Samuels is saying the same way that she don't hear the guys who hit on her that are not high value men.
That's a good point.
It's kind of like, I think they listen to it like, blah, 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 rich dick. Wait, what? I think that's how a lot of them listen to the Kevin Samuels show. They listen to it like the way I fast forward through porn, like blah, 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 blah. Okay, close off. Like that's what I don't want to see the intro. Just
you don't like the build up story?
I don't like the build up story unless it's like a casting couch situation. Unless I like those. I like the casting couch and I know it's fake, but they come in and they do the fake interview and stuff like that. So I do like that build up. But most of the build ups, the cheerleader type build up or the stepdaughter, which is weird, but I don't like that build up. And I just assume to get to the point.
I need to build up. I need for them to really, give me some good acting and sell me on the idea that is literally the plumber who actually came to fix something.
To lay pipe?
Yeah.
I'm not.
I like to be
the fake reality ones. I like, but the secretary, the plumber, the pool boy, miss me with that. Just get to it.
I want them to really sell me on the notion that that's actually his stepmom. I want to believe it. I have to believe it. No, just playing. I'm joking.
I don't want to believe that. That's I'll watch it if the stepdaughter or the stepmom is somebody I want to see, but I don't know who thought of that. Like, oh man, I'm just make this about a stepmom. Like, I don't, I just assume not deal with that. I don't know what's going on through that particular genre. I wouldn't even look at my god sister. Like, it's the whole thing is just bad.
All right. Wally D in the building says, let's keep it 100. The only way to marry a high value man is to get him before he become high value. Otherwise, she's a gold digger or sugar baby. Not necessarily, but I'm doing it. It's a correlation with the when you say otherwise she's a gold digger or sugar baby. There's a correlation, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that's the case. But no, I understand where you're coming from. These women will be 100% guaranteed to cheat. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Oh man. Laughing at the plumber with the wrong wrench. Oh shoot. Okay, where was we? Okay, we was watching the video. Let's go back to it.
Okay.
To have that bigger picture in mind, it really helps to narrow down the fact that that or nothing is always going to be that, okay? Because the nothing is, it doesn't make sense. For a happy, prosperous, fruitful
Wait, hold
life,
on, real quick. One thing that I was about to say before we start laughing, talking about naughty stepdaughters and mothers and stepmothers and stuff.
Okay.
But one thing that I was going to say, Kevin Samuels probably mentions more on his show what the average man makes or what the average black man makes. He probably says that more than he says the word high value man. I just want to point that out and reinforce that point that that he probably mentions those stats and those facts more than he ends up mentioning the term high value. This again goes back. Shit, I hit my headsets. Goes back to the Rorschach test. People hear what they want to hear, and I'm probably highlighting a different part than some people highlight. But I know what I'm hearing. But anyway, all right, carry on.
that just doesn't make sense. If you're with any Tom, Dick, and Harry, it doesn't help you out in your life. Okay. That's not beneficial dating. That is destructive dating. And I know this firsthand because I've dated both types of guys. I have always been super adventurous in terms of traveling and wanting to see other places, wanting to live abroad and do X, Y, and Z. And
Okay, we got a live one. Janet J says, but they don't want them, yet they're pregnant by them.
See, here's the thing, Janet J. I get it, but what guys do, we don't say or nothing at all. Like even me, I have reasonable standards. I'm not saying I only date women that can sing. That's ridiculous. You know, I have reasonable guidelines that I meet myself. So, you know, and I understand a woman who has that, like he must be employed or something like reasonable guidelines, you know, or, you know, he must have hygiene. I get that, you know. But to say I will only take the top 3% or nothing at all is ridiculous. Like, listen, like my my current, you know, television crush, if you want to call it that, is Chloe Bailey, right? And yeah, well, we got different types.
No. I'm just looking her up. I don't know who that is.
Oh yeah. So so Chloe Bailey is my current television crush, but I don't say I want her.
Oh, that's the one chick. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah, with the sister. Yeah. So
that's the older one or the younger one?
That's the older one of the two. I mean, the younger one isn't bad. It's just that her sister. You know, if you had to pick a crush, I pick the sister. You know, I like full lips. You know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, she's 23. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just checking. Okay, carry on.
Yeah. So she so I don't say her or nothing at all. Like if the sister want me and I don't say, oh no, I want your sister or nothing. Like that's then I would be doing myself a disservice. And men generally don't think that. We don't say, you know, Instagram model or nothing at all, you know, and that's generally at every stage. What she's saying is doing herself harm and she's convincing others to, you know, and that's causing harm in that way.
Yeah. Yeah. We all want a woman that looks like a prime Halle Berry with Buffy the Body's ass and Pamela Anderson's titties. You know, yeah, we all want that, but we all can't get that. So let's come back to reality, do a proper appraisal of where we at, and get what actually makes sense within reason.
Exactly. You know? It's okay that you want this chick right here. It's okay that she wants Idris Elba, but if she finds a hardworking lineman who, you know, is willing to put in the overtime to see that you get those red bottom shoes, you know, on your birthday, then, hey, take it. Just be happy. Like, yes, it'd be nice if Idris Elba picked you, but he didn't. That's what I'm saying.
Right on. And shout out to Pablo. He said he probably should say a medium income instead of an average man, a Hold on. Where did I see Pablo? Okay, and it's gone. That's an obscure South Park reference when I say and it's gone. I can't find it. Shit. Okay. Okay. He said something that made sense and I lost it and can't remember what he said. But shout out to Counselor Murray in the building. With the $5 super chat. Appreciate that. Chloe is perfect, LOL. Yes, she killed that Busset challenge. Yeah. He says, I know I won't have a chance, but life moves on. Women can't understand that. Salute, my brothers.
Salute.
Absolutely. Shout out to Counselor Murray. Apes together strong. He gets it. The ghost hashtag JSpeedOG in the building says, Mr. Riley, I had a shirt just like that. Okay, I got to go change shirts.
It would be funny if he said, but it was 1984. But no, go ahead.
That's what I thought he was about to say. I literally thought he was about to say that. I didn't even read the rest. He said I had a shirt just like that, but it was a gift for my wife. Tell me you didn't buy it. Yes, I did, man. I'm feeling this shirt. See, you can't really see it. It's a nice shirt, man. It got it got extra buttons. Hold on, wait. See the buttons right there. See how those buttons right here that don't really connect with nothing? It's like nothing. You can't even button it up, but it got buttons. I'm touching the wrong part. See these buttons right here? They don't go into a slot over here. So it just got extra buttons on it just because. That's fashion. That's style, And it's like a muscle shirt, but the muscles are kind of sold separately. I'm still working on that. But it's a nice shirt. You got to feel the fabric. The fabric, it was. Anyway, get off of it. Goddamn. OG came his old ass in here with the jokes. And threw me off.
Yeah.
All right.
And past relationships that I have been in from my late teens, early 20s, there were two particular relationships that I was in with any Tom, Dick, and Harry. Now, granted, I did have good times with them, but most of my times in the relationship with them was a waste of my damn time because they lacked ambition in areas where I excelled. One of the main
right quick.
Mm-hmm.
Finance.
Any Tom, Dick, and Harry? Most people are Tom, Dick, or Harry. I'm Dick, and it's Harry. But anyway, she's basically putting guys into an exceptional category, or you're just anybody. Yeah. But that's all I want to say about that. Yeah. Well, see, we don't know if it's Pookie or not. She's just saying that this is Tom, Dick, and Harry. It could be Pookie, it could be anybody. That's what I'm saying. If you're not Chloe Bailey, you're just, Tanisha, Keisha, and Maisha. Yeah. You're just any Tom, Dick, and Harry. Most everybody is Tom, Dick, and Harry. All right, that's all I want to say on that.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. All right. There I said in the middle of Super Chat, Kevin Samuels want more black marriages. He pushes women pick from men who will actually choose them. Average women are F meat best. Oh, I think you mean average women are sex at best. F meat. I never heard of F meat. That's a new one on me. Sex at best for high value men. Yeah, he does mention that quite a bit. How high value men. Yeah, they will have sex with women like that. They will put women like the one on the screen more or less in a rotation prior to them until they actually want to get married or whatever. So yeah, that is a thing. But he threw me off of that F meat. Y'all be making up new terms, new phrases. Y'all don't. Man, we need We need like a online. We need a glossary. I mean, well, there technically has been one, but that's another story. But yeah, F meat. That's a whole other thing. Okay, number 16 in the building. He said it has extra buttons because somebody made a mistake in the manufacturing process. It got it at Ross. I got it at Ross.
I see nothing wrong with Ross, number 16.
I don't know what Ross is.
Ross is a well, maybe it's a West Coast thing because he's out here, but Ross is a cheap clothing store. Best way to put it. Yeah. It's a bargain clothing store, which I do go to. I see nothing wrong with it. It has great prices. It's like Burlington Coat Factory without the coats.
Oh no, I'm a rock with Burlington's. I do.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a smaller Burlington Coat Factory.
I think I got this shirt from Macy's though. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what's up. The buttons are weird. I didn't notice that after I bought it, that it's like buttons on the shirt that don't connect with a slot on the other side of the shirt. So it is a unique shirt in that sense. It is a unique shirt in that sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I buy off the rack, you know.
Mm-hmm.
One day I'll be a Kevin Samuels type dude, and don't get me wrong, I could afford it. I just don't spend it that way. You know, I'm not a tailored person. Yeah, I go to Macy's from time to time, but if I could find a decent shirt at Ross, I'm not gonna turn it down.
No, Macy's be having stuff on sale. Like
they have it on sale too. Yeah.
Yeah. Corey Bentley in the building with a $5 super chat. He says these types don't realize they support white supremacy with the exceptional or bust attitude. Okay, do you agree with that statement? I don't know. I think that's
I don't. Maybe. I mean, well, they support low fertility, and maybe that's part of the white supremacist agenda. But they're dealing with that too, on a worse scale than we are. I don't think that that's part of their agenda. I think that, you know, just it's a self-serving mentality. Like nothing she said thus far really says she's looking for a functioning father for her kids. She doesn't even seem like she wants kids. She just wants to live her best life until she die in a Gucci casket. Like it seems like that's honestly, that's what it seems like she wants.
Gucci casket. Number 16 in the building, he says, me either. I buy most of my stuff from there. Just jokes. Right on. We know you're joking.
Yeah.
But, okay, let's see. Tom, Dick, and Harry. Is that a term that we do? Us Americans, do we use that term a lot, or is that like a over there type of thing?
Nah, we use it. I don't know who started it. I think some people, I don't know where it came from, to be honest, but I have heard that term here.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more like a white American term.
Yeah.
But it means just a regular guy. It means like a regular person,
right.
Just anybody that you don't really know is typically what it means. But it also means, in the context that she was using it, like a regular person. Where like Pookie Ray Ray kind of implies certain behavior types. Tom, Dick, and Harry is just general, not exceptional in any way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, one thing that popped up me about what she just recently said is that she said they didn't excel in areas where she did, and as far as being ambitious and whatnot. And then that's another example of them, thinking that their ambition elevates them on the dating market in the minds of the type of men that they want,
Well, ambition is desire for something. Like that's not really, like that guy who has ambition of becoming Dr. Dre or something like that. Like, okay, that really doesn't mean much, And guys actually use that on, like, one day I'm going to be this. That's something that guys do when they're younger. And, it's nothing really wrong with that. It often doesn't happen and people fall short of their dreams. But I understand that it's a turn on for them to have it.
Mm-hmm. Counselor Murray back in the middle with the super chat. He says, if all of them want high value men, why not date one and be fine with him messing with other women? You have your lifestyle, so what's the problem?
I think even then, Counselor Murray, they still don't measure up. If we have time, because we spent a lot of time on this 11-minute video, but if we have time, I go over another video where she is looking for a sugar daddy, and there is an understanding that these guys have multiple sugar babies. And I will say that even then, you don't measure up. Many women don't measure up in that regard, even if they share.
Mm-hmm. All right, rolling back to the not so beautiful bean footage. Damn it.
Financial aspect, because they were unable to do things that I wanted to do. We couldn't go on amazing dates. I just was not having great experiences in my relationships, and my relationships were not benefiting my life. They were actually holding me back from the traveling I wanted to do because they couldn't afford to go, from the the dating experiences, going to high-end restaurants and gorgeous places, or just taking me out on shopping sprees, or just small things that make a huge difference to life. Well, really, they are big things. They all add up, and it makes life more exciting and more fun.
Could you please
do those things?
She said shopping sprees. Didn't I just say I shop at Ross? And that's for me. And I rarely do that. Like, you wanna shop with me at Ross? She said shopping sprees. So Jessica was asking, like, how do we know what type? This is the type. This is, this is what she's looking for. See, she's not looking for just the general stay-at-home wife life. Before she was complaining, like, if you don't get with this type of guy, you got to work every day. No, you could still be a housewife. There probably won't be any shopping sprees. Like you say that, there were times when your girl wasn't working, but there wasn't any shopping sprees during that time, or the high-end restaurants and stuff like that. She's talking about some superfluous stuff.
Yeah, listen, we can tell the difference between a woman saying that, yeah, I want the most competent man that I could possibly get within reason, because I'm thinking about long-term results. I'm thinking about, I want us to be able to still survive while I'm, having the kids and whatnot. Financial security, long-term, outcomes and success of the family, blah, blah, blah. Like we know, like, that's a good thing. And a man who wants a family should be working hard to be in that position. Exactly. She's not talking about that. She's not talking about a functional family. She's talking about just a man. Shout out to Silent Lamont. She's talking about being able to live like basketball wives.
Exactly.
She's talking about basketball wives lifestyle. So
exactly, which is ridiculous, especially to ask a young man to do something like that. Even if I had it, I wouldn't spend it. Like, and I'm talking about, I think somebody said she's 23 or something. So, oh no, you were talking about Chloe Bailey. But let's just say, when in her early 20s, even if you have the shopping spree money, I'm not going to spend it on that. I'm going to spend it to prepare myself for the family to come. That's why I'm with you. Like I'm saving it. I'm securing my future, preparing for rainy days. That's likely to happen. Things like that. Like saving up for a house if I don't already own one, and if I do, saving up for a second one, or preparing, preparing for repairs, things like that. Like, and she's talking about shopping spree, high-end restaurants. Like, there's guns and butter. Shout out to Melvin from Baby Boy. There's guns and butter, and she just want to eat all the butter.
Yeah.
Dang, you do pause at weird times.
I noticed that one. Yeah, but no, like we know the difference. We know the difference. Like when people say women in their 20s prefer men in their 40s and 50s, etc. That's mainly sugar babies who do have that mindset. So it's almost setting men up. Okay. Do you happen to know the age of this chick? I mean, I halfway don't
No,
care.
I seen one. I seen this video and one with her titties out, and that's it. Cause I want to see what her body looked like.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one she was talking sugar baby stuff.
Okay.
With Tom, Dick, and Harry, honey, you will find yourself numb inside, and you will find yourself getting angry, resentful at your own life and your choice that you made that day when you said nothing instead of high caliber. So right now, if you are feeling undeserving, if you are feeling like giving up, stop that mentality right now and pick up this hand. And I'm going to link that interview in the description box. I think that you guys should actually watch it. But even so, it's about you deciding, making that choice to want the best for yourself. So go for your goals and remember to write things down. So maybe you want to play about with your look, write those things down that you want to play about and tweak. Maybe you want to have a specific type of man, write down those points of exactly what you are looking for. And don't do 100 bullet points, do a few that are extremely important to you. There is a power in writing things down. So write things down. And
Stop right there.
Writing things down. You guys.
There isn't a power in writing things down. There is not. I could write down a bigger dick. I'm not gonna get it. Like there isn't a power to writing things. I hate it when they think that. There is a power to writing things down. I just wanted to point that out for a second.
Shout out to Silent Lamont, Counselor. He says Counselor Murray looking like Benny Boom. I don't know who Benny Boom is. Do you know who Benny Boom is?
No, I don't.
Yeah, see, that's another one. Silent. You batting like 500 right now.
Well, Silent Lamont did say she looked like Quark from Star Trek, and Quark is Ferengi. So yeah.
You go 50-50.
Yeah.
One of them be real funny, then the other one just be either it be not funny or just over everybody's head, like was just too obscure of a reference. Put it like that. Just too obscure.
I mean, I don't know. He's probably a sports guy. That should be your thing.
Benny Boom.
I don't know who Benny Boom is.
We about to find out real quick. He is well, damn, he does look like Counselor Murray. Okay. And he's an American rapper, music video director, and motion picture director.
Okay, so it would have been funny if we knew who he was. Because he looks like him. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Not bad. Okay. Not bad, Silent. You're right. Son is hot around the building. He says they don't want a high value man. What they really want is a high value sucker to benefit from. Yeah. Shout out to Son is hot raw. Appreciate the $7.50 of pounds.
Were asking me for the 6 points on my list for the things that I need to have in a relationship, right? So I will tell you guys because it may help you. But when you're writing your list, it must be things that resonate deeply with you. Otherwise, it doesn't matter what I put on my list. So bear that in mind. But the things that I had in my list for the person that I wanted to be with were as follows. There were 6 points. The first one was for them to earn a certain amount of money. The second thing was for them to be marriage-minded, be respectful to me in public and in private, be generous to me with their money, to have traditional values, and to have a sense of humor. They're the 6 points on my list.
Okay, pause right there.
Mm-hmm.
That was in order of priority, just saying. Just throwing it out there, that was in order of priority, and Game wasn't on that list. All right, go ahead.
He's gonna take a shot at the Game dudes. All all of that wasn't bad. You know,
No, it wasn't horrible, but like the sense of humor thing, you know, which is the arena I thrive in, wit and sense of humor as far as my seduction tactics. Yeah, she threw that in as a last, like, in, like, you know. I just wanted to point that out.
A woman who want to get married should be wanting to get with a traditional minded, marriage minded man, and she should want that he's doing good financially. I mean, so that was politically worded in not a bad way, even though you know the money, you know.
But the shopping sprees and stuff like that, and Pablo is right. She doesn't have traditional values. See,
exactly.
The hypergamy that women talk about isn't for themselves. It's for the children. They want a guy to earn a certain amount so their kids could go to the best school, crap like that, you know? So, you know, like it's that so they can be secure in the whatever economic class they're in. It's not for their own personal spending. He says generous with me with that spending. That's, you know, so her reason behind it, that's not traditional. Like, men didn't traditionally, like, when you look at, like, Leave It to Beaver, you know, the wife wasn't just stunting on the next bitch, you know, and they weren't taking trips to, you know, the Bahamas every week or the south of France, you know, or wherever is a vacation spot that's popular if you live in Europe. So it wasn't about that. It was generally for the household. It was to secure the household. These chicks is like, so I can have more shit for myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I would say on that. This is a good pause. This is a decent looking pause.
No, she's looking down at whatever she's looking down at the high value man that she sketched on the paper when she wrote it down.
No, I think she got like a bunch of low value man, like right there, like at her feet right now, you know, is a guy, you know, like fixing the plaster, and she's talking all this shit right in front of him, and she's looking at him.
She's looking at a low value man.
She's looking like an average guy, like an average regular guy. She's just looking down on him right now.
Yeah.
Because like, this is what I want.
He's under the sink fixing the pipes, and she's just like looking down at him while saying all of this. Okay, somebody got it right, and that was at the tip of my tongue. Hold on. That was at the tip of my tongue. Let me find it.
Yeah.
There it is. Jar Jar Binks. He got it. She got.
Oh, crap!
I
missed it. Dang.
Yeah. That was at the tip of my tongue. It was a character. I was trying to think of what character it was, but he got it right there. Yeah, she got a little Jar Jar in her all day.
Oh, crap! Yeah.
Evie now in the building says manifesting a high value man by writing it down. Absolutely.
Yeah. What is it with these chicks that, like, you really do that?
Mm-hmm.
And then they expect you to do it. You know, like, I didn't write down Chloe Bailey's name. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I just pretty much know it.
Yeah.
And it'll change the moment I see a hotter one. Like, so what's the point of writing it down? In pen? Fuck that.
It's all about the persistence of it all. It's all about the focusing on exactly what it is that you want. So I'm going to love you guys and leave you here with this positivity and this upbeat energy. Take it, receive it, and go after exactly what you want until you have it. There's no other alternative. And you know, I want the best for you guys, and I know that deep down you want the best for yourselves also. So let's keep going. Don't give up, and also don't forget that practice makes perfect. Carry on. The more you go out, the more you feel comfortable. The more you feel comfortable, the more your vibration will be fabulous, and the more people you will be attracting. So continue, keep going, be persistent, be consistent, and live your merry life.
Alrighty, we're gonna.
What is with this fantasy stuff? Like, you know, the more you have positive thoughts, the more it will attract. No, it doesn't work that way. You don't manifest stuff by writing it down and thinking about it hard.
And having good vibrations.
Yeah, exactly.
Good vibrational energy. Where you got to tell the
vibrational energy, his root chakras will sync with yours. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to tell the universe what you want, and it will come. It will feed it to you
in writing.
You know what? I saw an old video, a 12-year-old video from 12 years ago.
Okay.
Of Tanya TKO. She was in she had on something that looked kind of like a dashiki and a Erica Badu rag on her head, and she was the video was called "Lose Weight Through Meditation." And she was in there saying she had on it was like some mystical music playing, and she was sitting there. She's like, "I want you to close your eyes and visualize the fatty foods moving further away from you. Now think about the healthy foods and how they feel and how they touch and how they're gonna taste on your tongue. And then imagine those foods floating closer to you, and tell yourself that you like those foods, and the fatty foods that's bad for you, then they're just drifting further away. And she had her eyes closed with mystical woo-woo music playing the whole time. It was the most, I was like, what in the hell? I mean, thank you, YouTube algorithm, for knowing that I needed to see that. Because I don't scroll down the 12-year-old Tanya TKO videos. It just gave me that one out of nowhere. And I was like, I should have sent it to you. Now I got to try to find it so I can send that to you. But man, that junk was funny. I don't know. Yeah. I got you.
I'm looking for her video, right? And I found it. No, that's a different one. That's the one we just seen. I was looking for the video where she was talking about her first date with a sugar daddy. So I go to her page and I type in sugar daddy and or SD rather, because that's what she used. And she has it says sugar baby update, how to get a sugar daddy, how to get money from your sugar daddy, turn a guy you meet into your sugar daddy. What's your price? Dating sugar daddy review. 5 powerful seduction techniques. Okay, that. I'm sure that's helpful. How to initiate the allowance conversation. Oh, this is interesting. Should you sleep with your sugar daddy boyfriend yet? Wow. Let me look up the one I was trying to find.
And I'm trying to see if that. Oh shit!
What happened?
No, I found the video. Oh man, this is About to take a brief moment, have a little fun with this one.
Okay. Oh, I found it. Okay.
Just post that in the back chat.
Yeah,
I gotta be careful. I don't want to get knocked for playing some. But man, I don't know what was up with the YouTube algorithm that morning. It just sent me this this very funny video.
Oh crap! I never seen one of her videos. I didn't know she looked like that. I didn't know she looked like that.
You've never seen a Tiny TKO video?
I know Obsidian talked about her, but I didn't know she was a gypsy.
No. She's the thing is she's not.
Oh, okay.
This was her shtick apparently 12 years ago.
She was a fortune teller? Like
I don't know. It won't be as funny if you don't know who she is now. It won't be as funny to you, but the people who know who she is now will get a hell of a laugh out of this.
Lovebirds, Tanya TKO here, and today we're going to try something new. We're going to meditate to lose weight, and I'm going to teach you some of the techniques that I've learned, and I'm going to pass them on to you. Feel free to listen.
And just 2 days she's bigger than the size she is now. Yeah. So apparently it didn't work.
Well, she didn't meditate hard enough. She obviously, the force was not with her.
Many times you need to, even if you need to watch it every day to refamiliarize yourself with it, or even to meditate along with me as I go through this process with you. We're going to do a simple 10-minute meditation. I'm going to show you some breathing techniques. And before you go to watch this video, make sure that you don't have to sit with your legs crossed or any lighting.
Hold on.
With the lights on. Okay, so now we're going to start with the breathing, and breathing is really important. Many people don't know proper breathing techniques. Inhale through your nose. And when you inhale, make sure that your chest cavity is expanding. Many people, when they're sitting upright, when they inhale,
this is to lose
Wow.
weight. This
Now
is to
why-
lose. Go ahead.
Why didn't she just get liposuction? Like Crystal Kerosene.
Oh, come on,
Crystal
cut it out. Cut it out.
Okay. No, but like if you're gonna sell it, okay.
Meditation is a lot cheaper. All right.
There you yeah.
suck in. But no, what you should do is you should be expanding, filling yourself with it. And then we're going to slowly exhale through our mouths.
Oh God.
Inhale. Hold it for 2 seconds and then exhale. Inhale. Flowing throughout your body.
Hold on, come on. Try
This
this.
vital
She does this for 20 minutes a day instead of for a treadmill.
This life essence flowing throughout your body, rejuvenating all of
I'm trying to get.
and breathing out.
What the fuck?
In these deep breaths.
I'm trying to get to the part where she
Being
started talking.
energized by this life essence entering your body.
Life essence enter the body. I'm trying to get to the part where you start talking about the food and how you have to meditate or think the food, make the food drift further away from you in your mind.
Well, can't she just like meditate to make salad taste better?
I think she's trying to do that too here. I think.
Oh,
she's
really? Okay. Well, it didn't work like you said. Yeah.
Here, spreading throughout your body as you breathe in.
I don't know what the hell's going on there.
And very, very relaxed. We are going to use our visualization. We are going to imagine ourselves as we breathe in and breathe out. We're going to imagine us at our optimal weight. You're going to picture yourself at the desired size that you want to be. And we're going to look at the you of the future. What do you look like? Imagine your face, imagine your arms, imagine your body.
Oh,
Imagine
wow.
you. What type of look do you have on your face? How do you feel on the inside? And if you feel yourself smiling,
Why did she imagine herself as an
underneath your
exotical?
clothes, what does your body look like underneath? Fresh fruits and vegetables.
Okay,
and
here we go.
optimal weight. And I want you to imagine the new you and the new habits that you have formed. 3 times a week. And lean meats, if you do eat meats, and you held back on the sugar and you eliminated junk food from your diet. I want you to imagine this future you. As you breathe in, hold it right there.
All right,
And
I'm about
you
to.
didn't do these things because
All right,
you
I'm about to
want
wrap this up. That was just a funny video that YouTube sent me out of nowhere. Trust
Yeah,
me.
They knew that. Well, YouTube wanted to see what she was going to say on that because that was comedy.
Now, trust me, I do not go on people's channel and scroll all the way down 12 years, but they, for whatever reason, they sent me that. It just popped up on my timeline, and I was like, oh, damn. I was like, God damn. But man.
And
It didn't work though. It didn't work.
Shout out to D-Rock Den for the Cash App. Thanks a lot. Hey, shout out to everybody that sends me like the offline Cash Apps. Like I'm not even filming like I'm be at a wedding or something. I was at a wedding one time. No, my bad. I was at a funeral one time. My bad. Rest in peace. And I got one. So yeah, shout out to
funeral, wedding, funeral, tomato.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like one is just a slower version of the other. Yeah.
I don't know why I've done that too. I've accidentally said funeral and wedding in this interchangeably. I've accidentally done that plenty of times.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really, you know, it's the death of your independence of a man. And it's the death of half your income if you're dealing with a chick like the one we just did, the one we just reviewed.
Oh man. All right. You had were we about to play the other one with her with
oh yeah,
her
I
girl?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. All right, forgot about that. Okay. Oh, now I have not seen
I only watched like a couple minutes like right before this thing because you know it's Saturday and it's 9:34 here for me.
And we'll watch it. We'll watch just a couple minutes of it too.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, we don't gotta watch too much of it. But that meditate to lose weight stuff was that was funny.
Yeah.
Had to do a brief segue. Hope I don't get knocked for that. Tanya TKO channel was kind of big now, you know.
Oh, it's a channel that's big now. I thought you were saying that she was.
Oh, both.
No, okay.
No.
Oh, so like subscribers are like calories to her? Like, is that how that works?
Shocking date with my first sugar daddy story time. Okay. Let's roll the not so beautiful bean footage.
Hi ladies, it's Zuva here. Welcome back to my channel, girl.
Breastesses.
Stop right there. Why did she do like a little titty shake? Like, what is going on with that?
Hi ladies, it's Zuva here. Welcome back to my channel, girls.
What the hell was
today's video, I'm going to be telling you a very funny, cringy, weird, random story time on the first ever initial time that I met up with a potential SD. And this topic is something that I haven't actually gone into detail about before. I've never really spoken about it, but today we're going to be getting into it, honey. So if you're interested, stick around. Thumbs up for more story times. Beneficial dating step-by-step guide is linked in the description box, and my Instagram is right here on the screen. So let's get into this video. So let me just give you the background story on this story time so that you can understand everything in its entirety, okay? You know how I like to do my story times, ladies. So about 3 years ago, I was in Portugal and I was on holiday having a really lovely time by myself, but it wasn't just a fun holiday. It was a what am I going to do with my life type of holiday. I was at a crossroads in my life. I had recently left a relationship, and
some things I like and some things I don't about Brits. They need to call holiday vacation like regular people, damn it. They need to they need to stop saying Z and start saying Z. What the fuck is wrong with you? And it's H, not H.
H.
Yeah. It pissed me off. It just say stuff a little bit regular. Like keep the good stuff that y'all do and get rid of the stuff on the list. Just say vacation, Z, and H. All right, continue.
What do they call holidays when it's an actual holiday?
Fuck it, I know. Like when they don't go somewhere and it's
like when holiday? I'm assuming I'm assuming they celebrate. Vacation?
Like, you know,
let's just assume they celebrate Christmas over there. Do they call Christmas a vacation? That's yeah. So
yeah. Is it a vacation? Like, because if so, they're backwards.
If Jessica is in the chat, she can answer that one. What do they call an actual holiday? Or do they just call them both holidays?
But what if you go on a holiday for a holiday?
Yes.
Like, don't you see how messed up it is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just wrong. Get it right.
Absolutely.
I was just trying to think of what is it that I want to do? Who is the woman who I want to be? And how am I going to really start embracing myself, loving myself, and living my best life? That was what my holiday was for me to assess this and come back knowing the steps that I needed to take. So while I was on this holiday in Portugal, I had a part-time job. And that part-time job, I did not like, I didn't enjoy it, and I just didn't feel happy with the direction that my life was going in.
Hold on. Look, Snuggles, we don't give a damn about whether or not we're speaking a bastardized version of English, and we don't care whose language it actually is. We said keep the good shit and get rid of the bad shit. And that's calling the vacation a holiday is bad. Get rid of that. That's all we're saying.
And that's what we do. That's it. It evolved. We evolved the language so we can separate a holiday from a holiday. That's why we evolved and made the term vacation. In fact, vacation is what the founding fathers took after they won the American Revolution. It was like, you know something? We just beat the most powerful empire in the world, and we have our own independent nation, and now I'm going to go on vacation. And they called it that because they can now that we independent. Like, you know, and then they said, yep, and I'm going to catch some Z's. So, yeah, this is... That's how we get down. That's America, kicking ass and taking vacations. Yeah.
So it was really a reset for me, this Portugal trip, to assess everything, every area of my life. So I decided while I was in Portugal, I am going to find myself an SD. I'm going to stop working, and that is how I'm going to live my life. I thought it would be something that would be fun, and it would absolutely help me with my working situation and to make my life more exciting with new experiences, which is...
Would you want me to stop it, or are you just laughing at something else?
Well, I'm laughing that she says, I'm on vacation and I feel that I shouldn't have to work. Or I'm on holiday and I feel that I shouldn't have to work here. So I'm just going to find somebody to buy my shit. You know, and it's just a mentality. I have to chuckle.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No, she said SD. That's sugar daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, she might find that too, but yeah.
It's not a T in between the S and the D. Okay. Carlton Banks in the building. He says it's the hairline for me. I didn't really look at that, but you know, it's let me make my screen bigger. Yeah, it won't look bigger to y'all, but that's fairly normal hairline.
It's
fairly
not horrible. Well, I think it's more small than it is. Like, I think she has like a 3-hit. Like, it's smaller than most, but it's backer. It is backer. I get what he's saying, but someone has to point it out.
Yeah, it ain't that bad.
Yeah.
All right. Back into it.
It's exactly what I needed at that time in my life. So I signed up, honey. Okay, I signed up onto Seeking Arrangement, and I was talking to lots of different guys. So at this point, I'm in
Seeking Arrangement.
Yeah, when I seen it earlier, I typed that in. Right now, you got to have a membership, and I don't know if you got to pay for it or whatnot. But I typed it in, so it's a dating site for sugar babies and sugar daddies, right? And one thing I got from it, really the only thing. Well, here I'll show it on my screen. I have it right here.
Okay.
Hold on. Move some things around and do it like this. Okay, so the only thing I really got from it, because I don't want to hit the join button. It's expensive. Like sugar daddy is well beyond stove money. Like you're furnishing a whole lifestyle, and it's not like you're supporting somebody who's living with you. You're paying for their whole apartment and shit. But the thing that I did notice is that it's 4 sugar babies per sugar daddy.
Yeah, they're trying to make the math work out. Okay.
4 sugar babies. So it's highly competitive. Ladies, if you think you're going to be a sugar baby, try going to a club where it's 4 females to every dude and see if you walk out with some penis. Like most of these chicks are going to never be a sugar baby. Ever. Just saying. Like these she were saying.
Well, it depends on how much sugar they want.
Yeah, I'm saying the sugar to daddy ratio is obviously in the man's favor. Like at least according to this site, it's obviously in the man's favor, and they're trying to get more men. There's a lot more babies than there are daddies here. You know, so they put that there to entice the men, or maybe you know they read something in the cash knowing that I was a guy, but you know they're obviously trying to attract male clients more than the female clients. They have too many babies. They're saturated with babies. It's not balanced.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. Let's get back over here. Wait, didn't mean to go there. Wait a minute. No, not there. Right there. All right, that's what I meant to do. Shout out to Counselor Murray back in here with another one. Somebody said this is Bizarro Jessica X. Could be real Jessica X.
Yeah.
You don't know.
This is Jessica Tits. No.
She would be the hardest working woman on YouTube if she had a whole nother persona somewhere else. That'd be funny. Counselor Murray. Oh, actually, she got accused of that. Now that I think about it, but anyway, that's a whole nother thing. Counselor Murray in the building. He says, "Is this Jessica X evil twin sister?" Dang, y'all right on the same thing right at the same time.
Yeah.
Y'all literally sent those right at the same time. Those were side by side. That's funny.
All light-skinned British people are related.
Yes.
It's like an unroyal family.
Unroyal family. That's funny. Counselor Murray in the building with the $50 super chat.
That's somebody else, brother.
I said Counselor Murray, didn't I? I was just looking at Counselor Murray, and then so I got to send my sincerest apologies to Mr. Coach Ali of Coach Ali's Corner. I apologize. I'll try again. Coach Ali in the building with the $50 super chat. Shout out to you. Appreciate it. My bad, man. My bad. I'm glad you corrected me on that. I wouldn't be shocked if I've done that before with somebody else where they sent a super chat and I just shouted out the wrong person and dropped the bomb and everything and just kept it moving like nothing happened.
Well, I had to for the 50. But you know,
if it was somebody else, if it was $5, you just let it ride.
If it was a $1.99, I'll be like, okay, you know, that just let it slide. But for the 50, that's Coach Ali's Corner.
Yeah, right on. Shout out to Coach Ali.
$50. So that makes you rich?
It's a start. Damn.
So Bernard, after watching her video, are you going to say I only take $50 super chats or bust, or nothing at all?
It's a good strategy. No, but no. I understand what you're saying, but no, yeah, that would be ridiculous.
Yeah, that's how much sense her strategy makes. But yeah.
All right. Back at it, but no. Shout out to Coach Ali. All right. Back at it. So she went on. It's funny that they got websites for that. They got sugar daddy, sugar baby websites. That is interesting.
Yeah.
So I've signed up to this website and I'm not.
Oh, wait, let me also put out this disclaimer. When it comes to a sugar baby, sugar daddy relationship, listen. Two people mutually agreeing that that's the arrangement. You show up young and hot, and I'm older and got money, and I give you some money, and then we do some sexy time with each other. That's technically, there's nothing wrong with that.
It's
nothing wrong with that at all. I just want to make that very clear. This isn't no. Just want to make it clear. There's nothing wrong with that.
The only thing that's wrong with her body of work in this regard is that she's mistaking it for a relationship. It is a job. The man most certainly isn't mistaking this for a relationship. He has an actual wife. Generally speaking, because I negotiated a sugar baby relationship for someone that I was seeing, but generally speaking, as long as both parties realizes that this is not their relationship, this is their job, then it's okay. If the man isn't trying to marry the sugar baby, and the sugar baby isn't trying to, look at this as a husband, then yeah, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Okay, we're not going to gloss over the fact that you negotiated a sugar baby relationship for somebody else. So you were like the middleman. There was a client who was purchasing a woman, and you negotiated the price of what he was going to pay her in exchange for sexual favors. Game changer, are you telling me that makes you a pimp in a sweater vest?
Yeah. Well, she didn't actually take it. I actually went off of her philosophy of you set a certain price, and if they don't meet it, then they don't get it. But yeah, I was seeing someone at the time, and she had a boyfriend, and she wanted to leave her boyfriend. She just wasn't feeling the dude. Now, the boyfriend was just a little bit older than her. He was reasonably within her own age. But she was living in San Francisco, and she was completely dependent on him financially. She had a job as a waitress, but it's very expensive to live in San Francisco. So she came up with that idea of being a sugar baby, for money in order to help with her tuition and her living expenses. I told this story on my show before. This is a story where she ended up living in her friend's windowsill, like
living in the windowsill.
She wasn't living in the windowsill. She lived with her friends,
and she looked out the windowsill from time to time.
She slept in the windowsill.
I mean, no, she slept in the bed, couch, or pallet that was by the window.
Nope. In the window. She had a pallet in the window. I was laughing my ass off when I seen it. But that's how the story ends. But we went out looking for a sugar daddy for her. For the situation. And this is so she could comfortably leave her boyfriend. The most we found was a guy who was willing to pay $5,000 a month.
That ain't bad.
And plus access to a car that he had, a nice car that he had. So
that wasn't enough.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. She already technically had a boyfriend that was providing that. So this wasn't an up. You see what I'm getting? Like, she was already in an apartment with a boyfriend that, she that was paying for her car and living expenses or something like that. So it's like, why would she leave a 26-year-old guy for a guy twice that age just to have the exact same thing?
No, but she would have had to move in with this guy, right?
No, she wouldn't have. So it was $2,500 spending allowance, and it was $2,500 for the apartment at the time, and access to the car. So the only difference is that she wouldn't have to live with the guy because she lived with her boyfriend, but her boyfriend was always away. And then when they actually negotiate sexual access too, like how many times and what times per week did he have sexual or any access to her? And he was asking for 3, which oddly enough, this was more often than she slept with her boyfriend. You know, so
but she was in a good situation and didn't realize it. Basically,
she was in a better situation than she would have been with the sugar daddy, and that's why we turned the deal down. It's like, look, this is not a good deal, all things considered, because he's not really offering much more than what you have now. But she really didn't like the boyfriend, so she moved out.
Okay,
and that's how she wound up in her friend's windowsill. San Francisco's expensive.
Then
So
she should have. It seemed like she should have took the deals in. If she moved out of the boyfriend's house anyway, that way she wouldn't have been in a windowsill. She just would have had to have sex with an old guy 3 times a week. I mean, no, a month. Would have had sex with an old guy 3 times per month, but then she at least had an apartment where she didn't have to sleep in a windowsill.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I think she should have took the deal. So anyway, what percentage?
Don't. So yeah, apparently I'm a bad pimp. I'm a bad manager. And maybe I should have told her to take the deal. You're right.
What percentage would you have taken?
I wanted her to get more. I mean, I was looking at it as relative to the boyfriend situation.
No. I'm talking about your finding fees or your pimp
10%. 10%.
Oh, you were actually going to get 10%.
Yeah, it wasn't much in the large scheme. It was like $500, but 10%.
That's like all you need is 10 more hoes and you in the building.
Oh, and that was another thing. She would have had to have stopped waitressing. Like the schedule that he gave, she would have had to stop waitressing, so she would have lost her money from that.
Oh, but why would she have to stop waitressing?
For the times that he gave for access to her conflicted with her school schedule. She was a student.
But it was only 3 times per month, though.
Yeah, but if he wants it like that time, and that's the same time that they want you at Hooters, I'm not saying I'm not. That's not where she worked. I'm not going to say the restaurant she worked at, but that's the time they wanted her at the restaurant. Then it would interfere.
So he had to have it at a very specific time in the day. Is that like a old nigga thing?
No, that's how these sugar daddy contracts work. I'm not bullshitting. And you want to know,
it got to be a specific time. Like his junk only get up at 8:43 p.m. on the second Tuesday of the month. Like,
no. Here's the thing: these chicks have multiple daddies. That's why they negotiate times.
Oh, they buy in a time slot. Yeah.
But I didn't know that at the time. Keep in mind, I'm not a P, and I never was, and this isn't a shot at them, but I never was. But she asked me to help with this, and I'm like, okay, I'll help with this. I don't want you to get taken advantage of, So that's how that was. But yeah, she was a student and she was a waitress, and she wanted to make ends meet. But so tried to negotiate, it failed. Maybe in retrospect, it was better than nothing. Really wasn't thinking about or caring about my $500. Because like if I got her extra 2 G's, I get $200. I'm not tripping off stuff like that. I wasn't tripping off stuff like that. Even at that age, I wasn't really, trying to live off our money. But
what age were you?
This was, I think I was like 23, 24.
You were only 23, and you're like 42 right now, right?
Yeah, I'm like twice that age. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I'm not twice that age, but yeah.
Man, if you would have stayed with it, Game Changer, think about how many hoes you would have now and how much money you'll be making just managing them. If you would have just really stuck at it,
Nah, that wasn't.
You got up the game too early.
Well, we weren't in a real relationship, her and I. Like I said, she had a boyfriend when I met her, but also,
no, I'm talking about women that you would be essentially pimping.
Oh yeah, nah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You would have a whole team right now, and so that 500 that you'd have been getting from her, you've been getting that from like 20 different women. If you would have, kept a nice solid rotation going and bringing them, so of course some of them when they're going to age out of the program, and then but either way, yeah, you could have did something. You had a nice working business model that you just didn't capitalize on, man.
I got a feeling something would have went drastically wrong. But no, it's like somebody said in the thing, it's not in my blood. It's not in my blood. The opportunity presented itself.
You're not a pimp by blood, just relation.
Well, somebody asked, how hot was she? So she was above average, but she wasn't okay. So I'll show Bernard a picture one day. She was white and Indian, and she had like really clear blue eyes and long natural hair, small breasts, and a nice sized booty.
Whenever I hear somebody white and Indian but they got blue eyes, they just trying to get a free scholarship.
No, she's white and
with the dot.
Yeah,
with the dot, not the feather. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and yeah, that was pretty much the situation. But no, we weren't in a real relationship. It was just temporary. She actually had another dude in addition to the dude she was seeing that was locked up. So like I was just there until he got out. Like I shit you not.
Man, I've been telling y'all for the longest, Game Changer, though he's a sweater vest wearing nerd, he got some of the most ratchet stories ever. I don't know how that's possible.
Yeah, weird things happen to me. Yeah, like strange things happen to me. Like, but no, I knew it was temporary when I met her. But like in the meantime, I was gonna like at least try to get her a good situation. But I guess I failed because she wound up in a windowsill.
Yeah.
Her roommate was sexy though.
Yeah, I guess. All right, we almost at the 3-hour mark. I don't know. Was there anything in particular in this video that absolutely need to get that you want to absolutely get to, or what? Or
let's do like one more and then stop, and because I forget, I just watched it like right before the thing.
All right, because we're closing in on the 3-hour mark, and I'm gonna get on. we gonna get on with it. Call it a day, but we'll play a little bit more.
The time because obviously I'm on holiday. So when I get back to London and I'm working my part-time job, and at this point I am going ham on this website, looking at different profiles, like favoriting profiles. I've made sure that my pictures are what I want them to be. I've kind of like perfected my profile to make it one that I felt like would be appealing to men who are seeking, arrangements as well, a long-term arrangement. And I was just spending a lot of my time on this website. Like, I was spending easily hours every single day on this app, trying to secure some type of bag, trying to secure some type of date, trying to secure something. So at one point, I got talking to this one guy.
It sounds like she was kind of struggling and having a lack of success on there. Like, if you listen to the way she described that's the same way that guys describe their Tinder experience.
Yeah.
Where they're spending a lot of time on the app, just trying to secure a date, just trying to meet somebody in person, just trying. And sometimes, you may go 2-3 weeks without, even getting a coffee date about the deal. Like, so that's how she's sounding on there. Like she's struggling.
Well, yeah, it's the reverse. I mean, it's like Tinder, but the reverse of it. But I mean, and that's because they're dealing with guys that, I mean, I don't have that. I don't have the guy was white. The potential sugar daddy from a story, he was white and he was older than I am now, but I don't have that. I don't have 60 G's a year to spend on a chick's expenses plus random gifts. Mm-hmm. I don't have that. I don't. I have a stove. You want a stove? I don't have an extra 60 G's a year. So if a guy makes like 100K, he's living off 40 and giving her 60. I don't have it like that, And very few guys do. Very few guys out there do. I know you had one dude that make 50 a month. He got it like that. So, but it's very
he
few.
Ain't spending shit.
Yeah, he ain't spending shit. So it's very few dudes that have it like that and spend it. So Scott Gray says 60K a year. So I'm going off of, this was a long time ago. But I'm going off of back then, he was going to pay $5,000 a month, which is $60 a year.
Yeah.
So, like cash, no taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I'm not, I don't have it like that. So I can't be at this website. The website didn't exist when I did it, but I I can't be at this website. So very few guys can be at this website. And she is out searching with her best tits out for that guy. But she's against all these other women with their tits. And apparently she's losing because she's on there for hours instead of for working.
And hold on. And now take this video and cross-reference it with the last video where she's basically saying, stay out on the market for that guy or die alone.
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm glad that we covered these last seconds because I'm picturing her online for hours on end, just like, nah, I'm going to die on this treadmill. I'm going to die on this website with her tits out. I'm going to die on this website. Give me that dick. Give me that dick. Give me that dick. Give me that dick. That is her. That's modern women. It's funny.
It is. Yes, it is. Goddamn, we learned a lot today. Game Changer used to be a pimp.
No. She didn't take the deal, or we didn't take the deal. No pimping involved. Never. Nope.
All right. So before we get up out of here, I do want to make a quick screen share of Little Big Nate. I think it's set to start at 1:05. Let me hit the like button on that already. Little Big Nate set to start at 1:05. The topic is, do I hate women? It's not what you think. So make sure y'all go run on over to Little Big Nate, who's about to fire it up right now. I think he's actually literally starting it right now. At least my circle is spinning for some reason. But shout out to Little Big Nate. I think he's about to get that thing going. There's the link to it. Y'all can go right on over there. Before you don't click off this video, just click right on over there and go check out Little Big Nate. There's the thumbnail with all of its there's the thumbnail in all of its glory right there. Y'all see it. But yeah, go check out Little Big Nate. The link is in the chat for that. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's starting right now. I do believe it's starting right now. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we about to get up out of here. I'd like to thank everybody who came on through today. If you're not subscribed to Game Changer, make sure you go over there and subscribe to Game Changer. The moderators, y'all kind of suck today at putting this link in the chat. I didn't see nobody do it but me. So shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on all of you. But thank you everybody who is super chatted, Cash App, if you like, shared, subscribe, or did anything to participate in the show in any way, shape, or form. And once again, thank you, D-Rock Den, for the traditional $5 Cash App that you're seeing every show. Everybody. Yep, Little Big Nate is starting. Y'all can see it right there. And I gotta mute it so y'all can hear me. So go right on over to Little Big Nate's show. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we are get my buttons together. We are out of here. Peace. Today's show is brought to you by the Division 6 comic book, created and produced by Michael Varner and executive producer Theodore Young. Division 6 is a James Bond meets Mission Impossible like geopolitical thriller. The protagonist is Seth Banks, an African-American male genius in cryptology and economics that secretly works for a rogue organization of the CIA called Division 6. Be sure to click the link in the chat room or in the video description to view the comic book. New chapters are added